针见经乱说好吗？
Heads up, 30 seconds.
And we are now getting into this game between Dragons versus the Robins. How are you feeling about these drafts then, Nude?
There's a couple of things that I think that there's good scope for it to go either way. I think that the disengage of the Centaur means that if they're really that worried about the supernova and they're not going to be able to get the Snapfire, they can either get the Snapfire into position to be able to take it out or pull away entirely if needs be. I feel like the Necrophos, as long as they time their Ghost Shroud well, they can mitigate a fair few parts of the threat on the side of the dragons, but at the same time, they've still got scope with this Bristleback and potentially the Sven to be able to pull away with it. It just really depends on how the lane phase goes, I'd say.
Yeah, I think, we've seen a little bit of a slight advantage for the side of the Radiant here, picking up 3 bounty runes instead of 4, instead of just splitting evenly. So that might be quite helpful to start with that little bit of extra gold,
Yeah, last game. That's it.
GG go next.
Yeah.
And if, you give away all 4, well, that's it. You might as well just say goodbye to the whole series. Seems like we're just doing a little bit of trading in all these lanes at the moment. Necro is, as usual, having quite a nice time mid. Picking up a little bit of an advantage on these last hits here. Though the wave has now just pushed into that tower, so what can you do?
There was a one of the group games, from last week, where I think it was Gwyn playing Necrophos into Puck, and essentially just ended up diving, was between tier 1 and tier 2 on the other side.
Up top we have got a stun onto the Sven here, but just gonna back it away a little bit, taking a little bit of damage from the creeps, but he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, this Bane's Enfeeble is really obnoxious. I can't believe we live in a world now where we take Enfeeble level 1 as a Bane, but
God, Enfeeble used to be your kind of dump skill. Remember that?
Yeah, and now it's just really good.
A little bit more trading of harass going on in both these side lanes here. Taking a little bit of damage, or a little bit more damage on the side of the Dire, but not too much. Gonna keep trying to farm up here. Do you look like we're getting a little bit of action down bot? Gonna get quite a bit of damage onto this Snapfire here, but Jakiro knows what his power limits are, so not gonna chase too far. He knows his bristle's quite low here. Oh, just misses the dual breath on the Moeta there. She does need to be a little bit careful though. Ah, the old shared tango coming in.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot of trading here. It's actually quite even in terms of the offlaners. The Necrophos is pulling a little tiny bit ahead of the Puck currently, which I imagine that as the skill points in the queue increase, will probably only escalate. And the real difference though is this Bane is just able to make this Sven's life an absolute misery. I wasn't expecting the lanes to be this way round, but I'm really here for it. Because you're just making it harder for the Rogue Knight to be able to get them last hits.
Yeah, anything to make the Rogue Knight feel a little bit more vulnerable is always a good thing in my book. It does look like we've got, some quite nice even trades going on at the start of this game. no team really pulling too far further ahead, so that's quite good for both these teams. You know, nice even start. We like having a good even start here in the Welsh Esports League.
Yeah, I mean it's just under. It's just at one point it went to just over 1k ahead, which is not somewhere you necessarily. You don't always massively expect it in the first sort of 4 or 5 minutes, but it's still they are still largely breaking even. So there is hopefully this gives us a good indication of what we're going to expect throughout the next couple of games, but just have to see if anyone gets an advantage and really makes use of it. Really, that's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, and as you say, both these offlaners are doing pretty well going into this first 5 minutes. Top of the last hit charts for both of them. So quite impressive.
Oh, down bottom.
I do see a little bit of a dive coming out here from this bristleback. Quite strong, but is he going to be strong enough to survive this? The answer is apparently yes. Just going to stick around, try and get some quill stacks on. Could take another tower hit, but I don't think he needs to be too worried at this moment in time. Has lost his career though. R.I.P.
Yeah, and that was the completed Vanguard, and that he is gonna feel that one.
Oof. That is what we call in the business a big sad.
Yeah. Yeah, Fleur and Jiggly have the same idea, looking to oh no, maybe they're not both going for the rune? Oh,
going on a little bit of a roundabout wild mystery ride.
Yeah. Securing the rune for the Necrophos.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna take it for herself. That's what we like to see.
Honestly, correct move here. I mean, Necrophos is not struggling for health, doesn't have a bottle. Necrophos is like one of the only mid laners.
Jig seems to have gotten herself in a little bit of trouble here in the jungle. Gonna dive away. Not gonna be anywhere near enough damage there on that little right click to kill her off though. But they will see first blood going down in the bot lane. That's looks like Bristleback got a little bit too overconfident again here and found his way under the tower. And meanwhile, up top, it looks like we might be about to lose the Sven as well. Yeah, and that is a kill for Fleur on our nice little Bane here. Gonna try and see if they can pick up a return kill, and the Puck's gonna make it there in time and be able to get the kill as well. We'll get a return kill onto the Phoenix there, though. Nice little cute play there.
Yeah, the net, it was initially it was all right for the Bristle because yes, he died, but he also got the first blood, so there was value in that. But some of the gold ended up getting split between the Muerta and the Snapfire, so it's a little less value, and I think Muerta is closer. Looks like she's closer
looks
to
like
so
we might see a little bit of action going on down bot. And this Bristleback is feeling pretty confident here now he's got his Vanguard. Gonna get the Ice Path out. Muerta ult coming through. I don't know if the Bristleback can survive this. Nope, gonna get taken out by a tower shot there. And this is the time to run if you're Jakiro. Just gonna back it out. Yeah, they're gonna Delta split, so they'll be able to go in differing directions and save himself.
Yeah, I mean, the slight shame for the Necrophos that the rotation didn't end up really being needed, so they weren't able to get the stack, get that early bit of extra regen, but it is what it is. You have still able to get this arcane room and take it away from the Puck. So, okay, you don't necessarily need the bottle charges, but Puck certainly did, so the fact that you're taking that away is just a medium oof there.
Yeah, only a light oof, I'd say. Just a little light oof.
I mean, in terms of net worth, this in terms of the top 3 heroes net worth wise are all the the Centaur, the Necrophos, and the Muerta respectively. So we're already going to see Centaur's got his phase boots, vanguards, and a ring of protection, and he's unkillable now. So
yeah, he is
see
feeling
worried about.
pretty strong at the moment. It does look like we might be getting something going on top here. Getting a little bit of occupation in this dire jungle. Ooh, Fleur just kind of hanging around. I don't think she realizes there are 4 heroes up there. Nice ice path coming through, but the Centaur's trying to get himself into the center. Very nice Necro ult coming out. First stack of the game. We always like a stack. Gonna be able to dive away on the Phoenix, and I think they should all be out here, but the Fiend's Grip's gonna come through. Hold this Jakiro in place. Can the Centaur come through and finish him off? Getting quite low, but we all know the Centaur's pretty strong, so he'll be able to pick up the kill on the Jakiro. Will get taken out for it, though.
I mean, honestly, that's still a really good trade. You're taking that's your pulse 3 and your pulse, functionally pulse 5 for your their carry, their offlaner, and their pulse.
And you're picking up a stack on the Necro as well. I will happily trade one of my teammates' life for a stack on Necro.
And that's why we're at the MMR that we're at.
Look, when I'm the mid laner, I am most important. It doesn't happen very often. I think we can probably understand why, but
yeah. Not to throw shade, but I'm throwing shade.
I'm insufferable. Yes, I know.
So, looking like Snapfire going for the Yules as their first major pickup.
Yeah, it looks like we might be trying to get a little bit of action in this mid lane. Could have a couple of heroes here, desperately trying to defend this tower on the side of the Dire, but Necro's just chipping it away,
Look at bottom.
Oh, meanwhile, bot, we look like we're having a little bit of a another little dive here by the Bristleback. Gonna pop the Centaur ult just to catch him and finish him off, which I think is always pretty good in this position. When you've got an overconfident Bristleback, it's always good just to be able to shut them down and make it so that you can keep control of the game a little bit more.
Yeah,
Gonna keep chipping away on this mid tower here as well. Oh, looked like they were gonna get it, but clutch fortify there. Very nice.
And this is only
we've got a little bit of a skirmish going on in the jungle once again. Centaur just coming in and taking all these camps, but doesn't look like there is anyone from the side of the dragons there in time to really help out, but they will at least drive him out from the jungle for a little bit. I'm sure he'll be back there pretty soon, though.
Especially since after he finishes this creep camp that he's farming, he's going to go and look at farming. He'll almost certainly have the blink dagger at that point.
Yeah.
So he's just going to be able to initiate this. My rushed heart fantasies are gone. Sadness.
Ooh, we got a little bit of an invasion going on in this triangle here. We'll get the ice path out. Just gonna miss on the jewel breath though, and those nasal stacks are not enough to slow him down. Be able to extract quite nicely there. Is that an axe I just saw queued up on the Bristleback? What do you think of this then? First major item after the Vanguard.
You've got to. He needs it to farm as much as anything else and try and catch up. This slaying phase hasn't entirely gone to plan, and it's
got off to a good start, but perhaps a little bit too confident, as we might be seeing here as well. Gonna go in and get Nightmare. Snapfire ult coming out, so a lot of damage coming through onto this Bristleback. Gonna get the stomp off. Very nice Necro ult coming through. Gonna get another stack. Looked like he might go down, but he'll heal up. Macropire coming through, but we do have the Nightmare onto this puck. Gonna get caught out and killed. Jewel Breath gonna hit on its targets, but don't think it's enough to really make the Robins fearful at this point in time. So they're just gonna push straight on for this tower, jump back behind to get the stun onto this Jakiro, but no follow-up, so they'll back it out a little bit. Return to pushing the tower.
Yeah, really, really good decision of Fleurs
Or
there to just accept that she could she could tank the
oh,
macro
the
pyre for a little while to get her
sneaky,
Fiend's Grift off.
the sneaky wisdom room steal. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, here for it.
Mmm.
There's nothing quite like stealing an enemy's Wiz rune, especially when they were really close by to already be able to get it. It's just
Oh, the stealth heist is strong.
yeah, they know they're mad. They're mad. They're sad.
I'm always extremely sad when I find that wisdom rune's gone. Breaks my little heart.
I mean, where are we in terms of Sven? Sven's got his Mask of Madness. He's
Fence farming.
almost got the Ogre Axe to be able to finish the Echo Saber. I think at this point he's currently just got queued up to go straight for the Harpoon next. I think he probably does need something else first. Might be the probably does need to get the Shadow Blade before going and finishing the Harpoon. I would say BKB, and it could still be an option. However, Fiend's Grip exists, so it might be a little less important. I will say though, look at the state of these Lotus pools. They're both got 3 flowers in them. Nothing. No consideration for them at all. That's disgraceful.
Basic lack of respect. Gonna see a Fiend's Grip coming out in this mid lane here. I'm gonna pop the Centaur ult to try and get the team in to get this kill onto this Sven. Gonna pick it up with the Necro there. That's another stack coming through. Up to 3 now. Oh, you always love to see a stack coming out. Bristle. Getting a little bit confident here. I'm gonna try and get the stun through, gonna land it and get a little bit of damage here, but the Ice Path's gonna cut the rest of the team from coming up. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna try and TP out, and he's gonna make it. Yep. There was no kill in that Centaur there.
Really good play from Fleur there. The Enfeeble probably saved the Centaur's life there, honestly. Because he was building up, the Bristleback was building up the stacks from the Warpath, and just completely nullified because it's a 70% damage reduction in level 4. 70% damage reduction? Is that okay?
That's pretty absurd, to be perfectly honest.
Is that balanced? That's really silly. I knew it was high. I didn't think it was 70%.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Bane is a pretty good hero right now, guys. Just in case you didn't realise.
To make matters worse, when Fleur gets her level 10, cast range reduction is also a thing on Enfeeble as well, which is 50% cast range reduction. Imagine not being able to throw your illusory orb that far. Imagine not being able to imagine not having what 100 units range on the Stormhammer? And dual breath? That's not that's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I also really like it on hero or against heroes that have very short cast range anyway. So like things like Marcy Grab, where it's quite short at level 1 and it becomes even shorter and you basically have to be stood on someone. Yeah, very funny. Love that. Huge fan. Gonna do a little bit of farming up here. I think if you're the Radiant, you're pretty happy to just spend a bit of time farming right now. We are getting a couple of items on the Sven here. Oh, looks like we found the Bristle back here. Nice stun coming through. Gonna get the Fiend's Grip on as well. Phoenix is gonna come through an egg. I don't know if there's quite enough damage, but they'll get the Necro ult through, and they're gonna kill off the egg as well. And now it's just a case of trying to chase down this Jakiro. Nice stun, and they'll be able to grab that kill. Another stack loot. Tally them up.
Honestly, I don't know how the dragons get back into this game
If
now.
you're in the vicinity of Dyer's top tower, I'd put on a hard
It's-
one. That baby is coming down.
It's a little bit difficult here. I think we got off to a really strong start, but I think perhaps there was a little bit too much confidence in some areas and not quite enough confidence in others, which led to a difficult time. And whilst I'm talking about that, we will just watch Puck get completely eviscerated there. Nice silence coming through from the Wurter, and just completely dead instantly. Gonna pick up a DD on this Sven.
The placement from the Muerta dead shot, and exactly where and then the centaur was exactly where he needed to be afterwards to the next. That's just
Flair's just standing here casting spells on the Sven, being a lot braver than I would be, but a lot of Dota is just about the bravery and the confidence, you know? You play with confidence, sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does.
Hey Kit,
Radiant scanning around
What?
for enemies.
would you like a little bit of a little quick maths observation here?
Oh god, sure, let's go.
So look at Bane's enfeeble. Notice that its duration is 9 seconds. Notice that its cooldown is 7 seconds. Actual more than 100% uptime. What is that? What is that?
Interesting.
That's not okay.
That sure is a skill. Of all the skills in Dota 2, that's one of them.
Things are looking dire for Dyer's bottom.
I think they're going to look to make a little bit of a Tormentor play here on the side
why
of
not?
the...
Why
Yeah,
not?
really, why not? You have a lot of damage here, so nick their Tormentor. You know, stealing is okay as long as it's just the Tormentor.
So,
And the Wisdom Room.
which they're about to do in a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
This kind of stealing is okay.
So it's funny that the shard went on Fleur because it turns Brain Sap into a 500 AoE ability.
One of my favourite shards in this game.
But look at Fleur's skill build on Bane.
Oh, the old level 1 brain sap.
Yeah, literally only just took Brain Sap this level. Because
Ooh, looks like we got a little bit of a fight breaking out top. Gonna try and get this Phoenix, but look at Ice Pathed. Oh, nice dead shot coming through, and yeah, why not? Pop the Fiend's Grip as well. Gonna be able to take down the Jakiro as well with a cheeky little blink and stun there from the Centaur.
I just don't want them to get the egg off, really. Just deny them the opportunity. And
Oh, in mid lane we'll see another fight breaking out as well. Looks like this Necro might be having a little bit too much of a problem here. Don't think you can come back from that. And yeah, I'm gonna get completely destroyed there with the Puckle. And Sven just being a very, very manly, strong man and beating you down.
yeah, I mean, okay, they lost the Bristleback for that previously. And did have to commit the pair of them to be able to get the Necrophos, but it is still gold.
It's a good kill.
On to Sven,
Very good kill.
So it is something that I don't massively foresee it being a problem, but it is something that may have an effect later on. I mean, Sven is now only just behind the Muerta in terms of net worth.
Yep, trying to pick up a Breaker Blade as well to see if they can make it a little bit easier to kill this Centaur or even the Necro as well. The Robins. I don't think they'll have any issues taking this. I don't think Dyer either know or can do anything about it if they do. Especially not with the Centaur just sitting around in the mid lane as well, just prodding and poking a little bit. He's going to back it out now, but just think is wise. You want to group up here and maybe do a little death ball. Maybe we do a little death ball in.
I don't know how the dragons can really stop them. I think if they can get, they need to find the Bane. They need to kill the Bane. They need to kill the Bane ASAP. And take out all just nuke him down, like nuke him down to take out all of his control.
Need to kill this Bane. Need to not get silenced by Muerta in terms of the puck. And attempt to run away from this centaur, which is much harder said than done.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of where are we in terms of Bristleback? I mean, Bristle at least has got the Ags and is now going for that Shard, so once the Shard's online...
Oh, they're just going to push straight up into this mid lane here. Super far dive back there from the Centaur trying to catch out this Jakiro. Meanwhile, the Muerta at the front is going to take down the puck. It's going to lose the Aegis, so down to just a single life now. And get a silence on the Bristleback, and they're just going to keep trying to take this tower. Dodge the Fire Spirits. See if they can make a defense here. Put the macro down. But not going to chase out, which I think is probably a wise decision. But also, it's not going to help the state of the game.
I mean, okay, the creep wave's gone now, so it's a bit harder for them to push here, but yeah, they can just wait.
Yeah, not chasing out means you don't lose anyone, but it also means you don't take any of your enemy's advantage away from them. So it's a very safe decision, and you don't always win Dota games by making the safe choice.
You can tell Dire's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed.
Let's start to put a bit of pressure here on this tier 2 in the mid lane. A little bit of a wave push out from the Phoenix here, but not too much in the way of defense that you can really utilize apart from this Bristleback, who is still feeling pretty confident at the moment.
I mean, he
have
is...
spotted out the Sven in the bot lane, but the dead shot's gonna miss, so...
So he is still needing a lot to deal with him, but probably less than this Bristle might think.
Yes.
With this, I believe the last I saw, Centaur does now have the heart and the blade mail, so you know, Centaur basically unkillable at this point. So you know, with this tower, you can literally just wait until the creeps get there. Just stand in front of the tower and just let the retaliate do a lot of the work, honestly.
Oh, Bristle, I'm not sure you want to be there. Gonna pop the Centaur ult and get the stun onto this Sven, but not a huge amount of help that was with him right at that point in time, so took quite a bit of damage. We'll be able to get a kill onto the Bristleback with the help of the Necro ult, and they'll also be able to pick up a kill onto the Jakiro as well. And now it's just going to be a push to take the tier 3. Dream Call coming out. Gonna pop it on the Centaur. Go for the stun, but you don't need that stun. Egg popped pretty swiftly there, and this Sven doesn't really have anywhere else to go or anything else to do either. I think that's pretty free racks there, and I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be a chance to mount much of a defense before the end of the game as a whole, really. You know, this Sven doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 40 seconds. Even if he was alive, he doesn't have ult. It's a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can stop him, I guess, but yeah, look at that. See what I was saying about the Ghost Shroud earlier? All they have to do is turn it on at the right time, and then even Bristleback's active Bristleback rendered useless.
Oh, a nice stun coming out from the Centaur there. Gonna dive straight in. Will get stunned up by the Ice Path, but that means he'll just turn his attention to the tower instead of the heroes. Looks like they'll be able to melt through this one pretty quickly. Just completely ignoring the dragons here. We'll have to pay attention to the Fortify, but... Oh, Centaur's going to be absolutely fine. So he'll just go away, regen a bit with this heart, and see you in a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, he was down to what, less than 10% health. He's already at half.
Yeah, and
people.
less than 10% health when you're a centaur and have what, like 4,000 HP?
Yeah, he's just shy of 4,000. So he was
Yeah, it's
just
still
under
pretty
4.
good, you know.
And uh,
Yeah, that's still
yeah.
quite a lot of HP. Oh, gonna miss the Dream Call entirely there, which is a painful final defense to a game like this. Sven's gonna come through and just chop his way through Fleur there, but he's also gonna get chopped through by this Muerta, who is very farmed right now. And I think that is just gonna be it for the Dragons, really. I don't see a full final defense coming out here as they end up taking the mega creeps. A little bit of a slowdown there on the centaur, but he doesn't even care. Just gonna keep smacking them towers.
Hope Dyer's middle tower is insured.
And then they call it.
Yes, GG indeed. Very well done there by the Robins. I think a very nice, clean game that started out fairly even, but quite quickly ended up turning a little bit, well, a little bit sour for them, to say the least. How do you feel about the way they played that game then?
Just Bane. Don't let that happen again.
Bane. Okay, those are some wise words there, Lude. Is there any other suggestions you have? Anything else, or is it just Bane? That's it.
I mean, of course I'm being reductive here. But there's. I think that the early Phoenix pick without removing the Snapfire, because like I said that Snapfire, as long as if they were in range, just walked up and just blasted it down with impunity. I think that wasn't necessarily. I get why they. I mean, if you look, Jiggly's a level 30 player, so must have been for comfort, but yeah, just not taking that into consideration is a bit of a mistake there, and just I think the little things like with the dive, the early kind of dive on the side of the bristleback when he didn't actually have his
Yes.
vanguard already, and that just um really just made his laning a fair bit harder, and I think that could have been avoided really.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that Dota is a little bit of a game of confidence. You know, sometimes you've got to be confident. Sometimes, you know, you need to be a little bit more cautious and know where your power lies. And, you know, some of those dives worked out really well. Bristol got some kills. He was feeling pretty strong. Some of them, I think you could have done with a little bit more humility and a little bit more thought about maybe this is not the time. And we didn't really get that. I do admire the confidence. I think that it's good to know when you are strong, but part of that is about just gauging how strong the enemy is as well, or how in position they are to actually take you down. I think, you know, if you make some of those changes, maybe just a little bit more caution, could work. Could work.
That might help.
A little bit. Only a tiny bit. I love the enthusiasm. So never gonna criticize that at all. But love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me, more than a case of, it's not necessarily a case of the Dragons playing badly. It's more a case of the Robins just played really well.
They played so well.
They protected each other really. They protected each other really well. They protected each other really well. They, with the way that they're positioned in fights. One thing I was watching for throughout most of the game was, is there a moment that they can jump the Bane and take out some of that control, and they just never really gave them it. And I think that is probably one of the larger reasons why those Fiend scripts almost always went off, and just like, well, what are you gonna do? still
Yeah.
the and things like the Muerta pairing with when they were able to get the dead shot into the stun. The fact that you can wind the stun up as you're moving now as Centaur is that is a quality of life change I didn't know that I needed as a Centaur.
Oh yeah. It's
It
really good.
warms my heart. Absolutely warms my heart that we have that. Um, but yeah, I mean, what I hope happens now is that I hope that the dragons can just take it in their just take loss and stride, just try and think a bit more about if they want to pick comfort heroes, maybe think about what's strong against their comfort and maybe
Yeah.
prioritize that first. At the same time, like a lot of the bands that they banned were they did a lot of the Vogue bands kind of.
Yeah, I think it was a very good first series, and there were some very promising starts to it. So maybe we will see a couple of lessons learned in game number 2. And we are going to head to a short break before we find out what's going to happen next game. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back for game number 2 of our third and final for 2023 round of the Welsh Esports League. What a year we've had, Lude. You know, I was just thinking during that break, we've seen some great games this year.
Yeah, we have. We've had round. I think we had a rapier purchase last
We've
season.
had a couple of rampages.
We had rampages, rapier
Yeah.
purchases. We had a game. We got tier 5s. We got tier 5s in one game, and I was just like,
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was pretty
yeah,
good. I enjoyed that one. That one was good. Yeah, we've had some fantastic games over the last, just over or just under 6 months? No, just over 6 months. It was March we started, wasn't it? Yeah, it's been.
oh no, the first season started. Yeah. First season started in January, I believe. February.
January. God, look at me not knowing when time happens. I've got
That
no
was
clue.
weird. I think it was
Yeah,
January,
time
February,
is weird.
January, February, March, and now here we are in October.
Yeah. Time is really strange, but this year been a cracking year for WEL. I've been
Exactly.
pretty happy watching these games. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm just happy that I was able to con someone into letting me talk about Dota for the best part of a year.
Don't you worry, I'll never forget what you did.
Yeah.
And how are we feeling about this series then? What's your thoughts after game number 1? Any lessons you're really hoping that the Dragons are going to take into consideration in this draft?
Starting in 5 seconds, with or without you.
Try and focus
All right,
more.
Dyer gets to
Try and focus on shutting down Airstall a little bit more.
Hmm.
Radiant's up.
They learned one thing right away. They don't want this centaur in another game. They didn't feel that they had didn't feel that they really had an answer for it, so they just got rid of it. And Fleur straight away, right again, getting rid of the Barra. No one wants this space cow in their lives. So
10 seconds.
Yeah, I not a huge fan of playing against a space cow, gonna be honest.
I love space cow. I don't like
Oh
playing
no,
against it,
I
but
love
I love having it.
I love having a space cow in my team. I love playing the space cow. Don't love playing against space cow.
Yeah, it's
You lose that advantage and suddenly nowhere is
Dyer gets
safe.
the ban.
Everywhere is danger. It's sadness.
again banning
Radiant gets the
banning the
ban.
Valora. I'm really not sure what they think with the Stormbreaker. I think that might be a targeted ban, honestly.
It's also
10
banning
seconds.
quite a big global presence as well.
Yeah,
5 seconds.
maybe.
4, 3, you get it.
In terms of, it's gonna be another Brewmaster ban. I feel like this is
Well,
probably gonna be another Brewmaster ban. I'm pretty sure that Fleur does not want that in her life.
look, if we see a Brewmaster come out now because Fleur's not banned it, never let her forget it.
Oh, please don't ban it. I want to see it. Oh, there's the Treant ban. I mean,
Radiant
they can
gets the
still ban
ban.
it. Potentially here, maybe, but...
Ate
Get
into a
rid of-
little bit of reserve time there trying to decide what to
10
ban.
seconds.
And we talked a little bit about Treant earlier. You know, it is a pretty
Starting in 5
strong
seconds, with or
hero
without
right
you.
now.
I've got a very quick lore nerd trivia question for you here.
Oh god, I'm
Primal-
not very good with Dota lore.
Dyer gets the ban.
Primal Beast is the odd one out of all the heroes currently on the ban list. Why? Oh no, Nature's Prophet is now. Nature's Prophet is
Radiant get
also
the pick.
has this same rule technically.
Oh god, I don't know. I was gonna say he's the only one who doesn't talk, but then you ruined it.
The Nature's Prophet technically does not have in Dota 2. Technically, doesn't have a name, a lore name. We call him Furion.
10 seconds
Ah.
left. Well,
In
8
Dota
now.
2, strictly speaking, he's not Furion. He's
5
just Nature's
seconds.
Prophet. And
Oh
Primal Beast
yeah, and
doesn't.
we don't know what Primal Beast's name is. That's so sad. We just call him Primal Beast. What if he's actually really nice?
Right, Dyer gets to ban.
I don't think that's really a concern.
Oh,
We've
no,
got
that's genuinely made me really sad for him now. What a poor creature. Oh.
Meanwhile, the Ancient Apparition as the
Dyer gets to
other
ban.
really strong support that sneaks out, and then we've got Venge. I think that's a Chezzy hero. Probably, more than likely, it's going to be the Pos 4. Venge is a really strong hero right now. It builds Solar Crest, and Solar Crest is a stupid item, so
10 seconds.
it's therefore it's really
Radiant's
good.
up. Banning
And that
time.
double stun. Oof.
Yeah, the Balanar and the Muerta ban there on the side of the dragons. I just think that they decided they really don't want to have to deal with that again.
Yeah, not surprised there. As we mentioned earlier, this silence
We're
is
10 seconds out.
strong,
Plenty
and
of
the
time to tell an
silence
announcer
did
you
then
love 'em,
end up
if that's
proving
what's
to
in your
be
heart. Radiant's up.
pretty strong. So it does have a lot of uses on the mortar.
Slardar being banned? Why?
What year is it? A Slardar ban? God.
I mean, it's there must be something in mind that
10
they
seconds
have in
left.
mind in
Well,
terms of
8 now.
Invis.
that it's
5
Easy,
seconds.
you know.
4,
maybe.
3.
I mean, we could be seeing
There you
that.
go. That's my Herald brain take off the straight bat. I don't think it's that. I
It
think
could
they're
be
probably have higher calibers here.
could be a mid Ricky. We have seen a little bit of mid Ricky played at TI. And I believe when it goes mid, I think it actually has a 100% win rate. I mean, X amount of that is
Dyer's turn
probably
to
the
pick.
fact that it's Mireska, you're happy with
Oh,
mid.
GG, go next. Go next. That's crazy strong hero right now. Absolutely insane.
I think a Ricky is going to happen here. I think this might be. I think this might
Seconds.
end up being a Ricky pick, honestly. Because Dark Willow's Bedlam
5
now
seconds.
can be put onto other heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually legitimately
Dyer's
think
turn
that
to
we
pick.
might see a core
Admiral
Ricky here.
Tonka.
I know that Fleur likes Ricky comboed with Dark Willow. So I think that it could also potentially be a Faceless Void. Faceless Void could potentially is a hero that
10
could
seconds.
benefit
Just
from
long
the
enough to
jump
regret every choice you've made if you hurry.
with the Bedlam.
We're
Might
starting in
not even
5
have
seconds
to
with or
commit the
without.
chrono. And I think Urshaw is a pretty good Void player from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
do.
just racking my brain as to why they banned Slardar in particular. And the only thing that I'm coming to is that I think that this might be it might be the Ricky because of the pairing with the Dark Willow. That's the only thing I can think. But that's my Crusader Archon brain thinking. I'm not there's probably plenty of stuff that I'm forgetting about, but the dragons are having a bit of a ponder for it as well, and going a little bit into the reserve time there.
You gotta make sure you pick the right heroes, you know?
This Kunkka's
Radiant
probably
knows just who to pick here, I'll bet.
3. So there's the Warlock. So
Oh,
this hero is stupid. This
yeah.
hero is absolutely ridiculous right now. Also,
Another
as an
pretty
aside,
stupid hero.
look at the low polygon count on
10 seconds.
Warlock's lamp. Look at the state of it.
5 seconds.
That is
4,
some Minecraft looking lamp if ever I seen
Good
one.
lord, it is, isn't it? I think Mojang is called, or Microsoft. I guess they own it now.
Oh, R.I.P.
But yeah, I'm sorry, it's
So,
really distracting. I can't look away from how bad the polygon count is on that. It's
just
almost like you're
cover
looking
the
at
lantern.
Mortal.
Don't look at the lantern. Pretend it's not there. The lantern isn't real. It can't hurt you.
Yeah.
I like a Dark Seer.
Yeah, I'm quite fond of my boy Ishkafel. So that's going to be your aura build. I think the aura
5
build
seconds.
is what we're largely seeing from the Darkseers at the moment. I remember
5 seconds.
I remember days when I could get away with playing Darkseer mid and getting the Ags when it gave you 2 ion shells and just completely take over the map. Oh, I miss those days. Even if it did.
I don't.
The time. I don't think you ever played with my mid Darkseer.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
I'm
think you're lucky.
never gonna feel sorry about that.
Yeah, I think you lucked out there. I think you lucked out there. Oh right, Robin's really close to the end of that
All right,
reserve
Dyer's
time.
turn.
Yeah, you need to make some choices here, Robbins. That's not a lot of time left. A Magnus pick, hey? Is this a
I
mid Magnus?
I think this probably is mid.
We're
You
10 seconds
could
out. Plenty of time
play
to
it
tell an announcer you
carry,
love him if that's what's in your heart.
maybe.
5 seconds.
But I think at this point, I mean, okay, yeah, Magnus can
All right, Dyer gets
farm.
the ban.
Oh, there,
Yeah.
okay. And the Dragons get the strongest carry pick. They get the Chaos Knight. So
Look, this is just a draft full of extremely strong heroes right now. You know, you got the Dark
yeah,
Willow, you got the
2
CK,
seconds.
you got the Warlock.
yeah. This is basically
seconds.
7.34D the draft, isn't it? From the side of the
Radiant gets the
Dragons.
ban.
A little less so on the side of the Robins. I think the Robins are more. They're like, what cool hero do I want to play? I want to play this. Except for Darkseer, nobody wants to play Darkseer, even me, and I like Darkseer. Um,
Oh, one fact about Willow I learned recently. Did you know that
Seconds.
Zeus
Just
Ult
long
doesn't
enough
go
to regret
through
every
Shadow
choice you've
Realm?
made if you hurry. Radiant's up. Banning time.
it what?
It doesn't go through Shadow Realm.
No, I heard you, but what?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Yep.
That's a thing I know now.
Just to raise that one with you, I'm not sure if it's supposed to, because you know, lore-wise, or rather
As
mechanic-wise, it really should because she's just untargetable, not, you know, like literally invulnerable. But Zeus Ult does not deal damage to a Dark Willow in Shadow Realm.
the Zeus
I found
player
that
in
one
me
out in a game the other
lies.
day.
The Zeus player in me. The
Oh,
Zeus
I was
player in me
playing
is
the
very
Zeus.
sad. Oh,
I love Dark Willow, but I was mad.
the Bloodseeker bar. Yeah, I think
10
this is
seconds.
Ricky. I actually genuinely think that this last pick from the Robins is a Ricky.
5 seconds.
Um, there's also a possibility maybe for Slark. Going Shadowblade maybe, but I with a lot of what they're banning, a lot of what they're banning is gives vision to that gives true sight in the case of Bloodseekers when they're low. I genuinely think that this is going to be a carry Ricky, and I even think that that's part of why they've picked the Magnus, because the Magnus can empower them.
Yeah. Although, I do quite like the Slark as well now you've suggested it.
I mean, Slark is a little out of vogue. There are other options as well.
Yeah.
They could look at the.
Look, there are two things that happen when you play Slark. You either get Slarked, as in, you put all of your eggs in the Slark basket and it goes horribly
Dyer's
wrong,
turn to pick.
but you try anyway. Or you Slark. Which should be self-explanatory. You just Slark. You Slark them.
I think
It's a good gamble. I like the gamble. It makes me feel like I'm living life on the edge, you
10
know?
seconds.
I find it interesting that they banned
5
Bloodseeker
seconds.
when that's more likely to be
Radiant's
played
turn
as
to
a
pick.
cow. Oh, no, it's just they're just running the bristleback. They're running the bristleback back. Okay.
Don't
Alright.
dive tower quite so early this time.
I mean,
At least wait for the Vanguard to be delivered into your inventory before you dive tower and get your courier killed.
Cave Johnson here. What are we doing here?
oh,
Dota? Great.
Terrorblade. Okay.
Oh,
Choose your hero.
a Terror. Oh, I love a Terrorblade.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Oh,
So
and the superior Terrorblade set as well. This is the best Terrorblade set that you can get. I will not take notes on that. I love this set.
looks awful. I want it.
It's my
Alright.
favorite because it's stupid and I
Yeah.
think it looks great. I love it. As in, looks great because I look at it and think, oh, hell yeah, not fit, like, looks good. You know?
No. It's delightfully terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think what I will say on the side of the dragons is that both of their lanes, they have potential to be they both absolutely have the potential to be kill lanes. So there is that in
Yeah,
their favor.
you got to be careful in these early laning stage if
Yeah.
you're on the side of the robins.
But
This do be spooky.
At the same time, I do think that the robins might also have a bit of scope to be killers themselves. I mean, if you look, Dark Willow is going to be going with. Dark Willow is probably going to be going with the.
Right, get ready.
Either with the Terror. Going to go with the Terrorblade? Not really sure. What I haven't seen is Venge has just decided to not leave the fountain. Oh, there they go. There they go. They've left the fountain now.
Look, that was a very long ban phase, pick and ban phase, you know? Sometimes your attention just lapses and
Will
you
come
lose
mid and
all
hold
sense
hands
that
with me?
you're in a Dota game.
I've always wanted to
Always.
be a
Hello,
space crab.
Sheepo. Hello, Sheepo.
Two Dota players in a lane. They
Oh.
might kiss.
I love the
voice
Darkseer noise
ending,
coming back.
The spray noises. I'm so happy.
All right, gang, 30 seconds.
Okay,
The
yeah.
fact the Darkseer taunt has got its noise back for certain sets. Absolutely love that change. I'd forgotten it had a noise.
I think one of my favorite noises in the favorite voice lines in the entire game is is Darkseer just going. It's just so
Of course it is.
You know what to do.
Looks like we're going to do a little bit of just trading here, you know, picking up some alternate bounty runes.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be an even split.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be an even split this time. Yeah,
Oh, and what do you know? I said the Radiant last game picked up 3 runes, so they'd won, and they won. Look, this game could be a lot more even.
Yeah, I mean the Dark Willow lane. I don't think there's going to be a lot of kill potential on their side of things. It's going to
Not just yet, no.
It's going to take a little while before they can do that. Whereas, you know, there's going to be a lot of kill potential from the side of this Warlock and the Chaos Knight. They're going to be able to, you know, nuke the creep wave down fast and get the little imps out, and it's just going to make them sad, I think.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out in this bot lane, first of all, actually, you know. This reflection damage from the Terrorblade does quite a lot, but lots of stacks coming through on the Bristleback too. And a lot of damage onto this Terrorblade, so need to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, looks like we're just going to do some casual trading in the top lane. I'm going to put the bonds through, but I don't think it's really going to do much quite early on. Not yet, at least.
Mid lane looks like a fairly classic matchup, really. This been a while since we've seen it, but gonna be
oh, there's a nice little skewer back under the tower there, but doesn't look like there's gonna be too much damage coming out there, so
yeah, that's
gonna take pretty low, but not gonna be enough to really do very much there.
Kunkka's very sad for this part of the lane now until that bottle comes out. It's not really can't really step up to the lane, creep wave so much.
Yeah, it does have the bottle now though, so
Oh, landed the...
Yeah, nice little, I always forget what it's called, torrent there. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, they will be able to get a kill onto this AA. Terrorblade popping his first meta of the game does quite a lot of damage when you're in this ranged form, so always good to get a kill when you're using meta like that. And meanwhile, in mid, they're going to be able to get a kill onto this Conquer as well. Magnus taking quite a bit of damage for it, but gonna be pretty content with that, you know. It's always good to get a little bit of solo time in this mid lane, and it means that he's able to get his own bottle and pick up these river runes too, so maximum efficiency.
Does run the risk of missing out on some of the creeps for it, mind, but you know, still good to have got the kill on the Conquer. He is still not. Magnus 4 is now.
Oh, gonna look to see if we can get something happening mid. Yep, gonna skewer him back under the tower there. Don't think it's quite gonna be enough to be able to get him into a kill threshold there, but it's good. It's good harass. Meanwhile, this Darkseer is just chilling underneath the tower in the top lane. Oh, damn bot. We do have the cold feet onto the Terrorblade, but as that's happening, we're going to get another kill in the mid lane there. Although, oh, this Darkseer in a little bit of trouble. Going to get taken out. It's quite low on both these heroes in the top lane, but the heal's going to come through. Going to be able to pick up the kill onto this Warlock. Nice return kill there from the Willow, but would always be better if you're able to save your carry. Well, your core.
I think the other kind of real downside to that is the Warlock has ended up sort of feeling forced to take an early point in Shadow Word, and it's just, I mean, it's still an okay-ish heal. It's it's 150. It's 150 heal at level 1. That's pretty negligible compared to just how much damage you do with Fatal Bonds, or if you're able to put that extra point in the upheaval. It's
gonna be able to get a bramble onto this Warlock in the top lane, but just gonna be quite easily able to walk back under the safety of the tower. Does mean another heal coming out though, so
for sense of scale,
that precious mana.
For sense of scale, Darkseer's Ion Shell is level 2 and does 50 damage per second now.
Oh, mid lane, we are gonna get a RP coming through onto this Conquer. See if we can get the kill here. Not quite going to be able to. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on in the top lane as well. Going to be able to take down this Warlock quite easily once he gets stuck up in the brambles. Little bit sad to use an RP mid and not be able to get a kill from it.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. However, the Magnus is still pretty sore ahead.
Skirmishes going on in every lane here. We're watching little bits of fighting coming through, and then we're able to get a kill onto this AA in the bot lane. Really gonna try and go for the kill on the Bristleback. He's gonna get his teammate killed there, but he will pick up the kill.
Yeah, I mean, you say that great. It's a pause 5 for more for you know.
Terrorblade's in a little bit of trouble though. Getting pretty low, 16 HP. He's just going to be able to walk away. That's a salve coming on the courier for him, but actually his support has been very kind and brought him a salve. Oh, you know, I'm not sure I could have that same humility if somebody had killed me. I don't know if I could bring them a salve after that.
Oh, no,
I'd do it anyway, but I would feel bad for it.
Pulse 5 is a trade I'll make every single time. If I'm putting some money out of my pocket and into my carry's pocket, that's doing
I hold a grudge. I'm still not happy with one of my friends who force-staffed me into the fountain yesterday to get a kill.
Look, if I have to trade your life to get a kill, I'm doing it. I'm sorry.
That was his attitude. I did not feel the same because I had just got a gem delivered to me, but...
Oh. I mean, here's the real question. Was this your husband?
No, it wasn't.
Because that would be funny.
I don't know if I could go through with marrying him if it was.
That's more of a reason too at that point.
looks like we are having a fairly good game here for the side of the Robins on the Radiant. You know, we got off to a pretty good start, quite a few kills. Got some good last hits going on, at least for the Darkseer and this Magnus here as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Magnus is well on the way towards his Meteor Hammer. So is that a thing people do?
We're getting a little bit of action going on down bot here. Gonna get the swap through onto the Bristleback, but I don't really know if you've got much else to do here. So just gonna back it out and get a little bit of farm.
That felt like an assert dominance Sunder there.
Oh yeah, why not?
I don't need this for safety in my lane. I'm just gonna do this just to mess with you. That's mind games I can get behind.
Yeah, quite a lot of skirmishing happening all through the map. Looks like we might get a kill on this Venge here in the bot lane. She's pretty low. I don't know if you actually want to be doing that there, Venge. She's going to get herself killed, and I'm not sure if the Terrorblade's going to be able to catch up here. Gonna get the TP coming out, and that's not enough.
Fleur was.
Oh, the missed RP in the mid lane as well. Oh, that's not good. That's not nice. Oh, that gave me a physical pain reaction there.
I mean, on the one, like, you missed out on the Bristle kill, that's one thing, and then missing the RP. Oh, that's 2 RPs now that haven't really achieved much of anything.
No, both RPs this game have resulted in nothing happening, which is not great. Not the position you want to be in as a mid Magnus, at least. Want to have a little bit more impact. Uh-oh, bot lane looks like they might be in a little bit of trouble. I'm just going to be able to get there in time to watch the Venge die. Looks like we might get a return kill onto the Bristleback here. Nice rotation from the Magnus, so, you know, still picking up some kills.
I like this build from the, Magnus, just all points in the, shockwave.
Meanwhile, top, we're going to try and get a kill onto this CK. Heal's coming out from the Warlock, but I don't think that it's really going to be a good idea, because looks like this Warlock's going to end up being chased down, just continuing to get run at here by these two, and yeah, that's a dead Warlock. I'm not sure that was worth TPing in to try and save, and then not saving and also dying. But look, you've tried your best to help your carry, and sometimes that's all your carry needs. They just need to feel heard and cared for.
Carry player here, that is absolutely not what we need. We need to be kept safe and babied at all times. Yes, thank you. I'll hear nothing about this now or any other time.
Uh-oh.
Coming for this?
Little invis action here. Gonna ignore the Dark Willow. Look to get a kill onto this Darkseer if possible. It is the better target, so X coming through, trying to get the ult out. CK coming out as well. There's quite a lot of damage happening. Oh, and that's a lovely strike through to finish off that kill. So, nice pickup there. And the TP back to try and defend the tower too. RP's back up again on the Magnus, so let's see if the third RP can do anything now. He's going to have to decide where he wants to use it, but hopefully we'll see something that's a little bit more impactful on the game. No shade, just facts.
So, to be able to use this this meme hammer effectively with the RP, basically needs to channel it and then, like, in the same, basically the same frame, start channeling the, like, pop the RP and channel the meme hammer.
Ooh.
Basically, not quite the exact same server tick, but yeah.
We'll see the Venge go down in this bot lane. This Bristle is enjoying quite a free lane here. Gonna try and go onto the Dark Willow, who's taking quite a lot of damage. We'll get the stun out, but I'm not sure if she's going to be able to make her way out from this situation. So much damage coming through from this Bristleback now. Looks like might try and go on the Kunkka. Oh, first use the Meteor Hammer and he cancels it because he's going to run out of range.
Yeah, he tried to use used it earlier on against the tower, so was able to do.
Oh, fine. Second use then. First offensive use of the meteor hammer, and
I hate to do it to you, except when I don't. Well, Chong, well, probably does have kill threat if they want to go for it.
yeah, he definitely does. Still got the RP up as well, so you know there's still a lot of kill potential here. Looks like he's going to focus a little bit more on this rune though, farming up some stacks in the triangle. Uh-oh, CK might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna drop the wall from the Darkseer. Popped the ult, so let's see if they can get anything done. Do you see an AA ult coming through? Gonna hit onto this Magnus. Doing quite a lot of damage to both the CK and this Warlock, who's just getting chased down here by a CK illusion. Gonna pick up the kill on the CK there. Willow's searching. Oh! Oh, Shadow Realm would run out. Gonna get the neutral denied too. Very nice. Stun coming through. Gonna skewer up and RP onto this Kunkka. Easily gonna be able to take out that mid laner there. And this looks like a very dead AA as well. Desperately trying to get away, but to no avail.
Besides, the Bristle is enjoying the space and is trying to get that Ags at a slightly better timing. It does feel like he's probably going to have it about sub 16 minutes, which is alright timing. And then once he's got that shard online as well, he's really going to have a lot more kind of kill threat going on. I think at this point, you probably then do look still at the Bloodstone. Past that point.
Terrorblade's having a tough time trying to farm this this ancient stack in their triangle. Had to go and pick up the regen rune there. Yeah, I think he might have just abandoned the stack for now until he's got a friend to come and help him out. It was pretty tough there. Got the Manta now though, so gonna be feeling pretty good on this TB. If he can farm the Ancients, which he can, he makes it. Good job.
Well, the net worth lead gulf isn't as large as it was in the last game, so that's grounds for optimism. The Bristle is still at the top of the net worth, which wasn't the case last game, which is, that is sort of what should be happening on Bristle. So the fact that he is actually able to keep up a lot more is good. And they were even able to get their Wisdom Rune at 14 minutes. So, it's not quite looking at, it's not entirely looking at it's not entirely Millhouse, but it is better than it was, so there is some optimism there at least.
Yeah, I think this game has been pretty reasonable so far. Uh-oh, swap coming through on this Kunkka here. Finding himself a little bit too far forward. AAL coming through, and nice RP coming out as well, but the Bristle is here, and he's going to be able to help pick up kills on a couple of heroes here, and including the Dark Willow now as well. Just going to run, see if they can find this Magnus. Oh, they're doing a little bit of a merry-go-round. Uh-oh. No, he's not spotted the TB, it's okay.
There is a DD rune, if they get to notice that, then... Well, Kit, I think we got a series on our hands here. Look at this. We're actually seeing proper life from the side of the dragons now. So almost going to get that shard after they managed to get the voodoo mask. So they're going to get the shard, and then once that's done on the Bristle, we'll probably go back and finish the Bloodstone at that point. The CK is a little bit behind for the Terrorblade, but I'm not entirely surprised by that. I think that they do have, I think they have got a good chance here. I think they do need to try and find this TB and maybe cut him down a little bit soon, because I think that, okay, they've got a lot of damage, but a lot of their damage, with the exception of the Warlock
football before facing rugby
Kunka
or
spells, I
but if
guess.
was,
I mean,
I'd rather
their
raise
main
top
sources of
down
damage
than
are
like
the
Giants taking
Bristle
down
and the
top
Chaos
down.
Knight, and they're physical.
Dyer's bottom tower,
And
it's
Terrorblade has a metric ton.
If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower, my eyes.
Oh, speaking of CK, gonna get caught up in some brambles here.
Their bottom
Doesn't
tower
look like they're
is in
gonna
trouble.
really make many more moves on. He's pretty much out of the triangle there, so probably a wise idea. Just gonna move around and see if they can take this this tier 1. Looks like there's quite a lot of defense happening, so gonna be a no, and start to rotate back around the map. But look, if you don't push it, you'll never find out.
The Grove Bow on the Terrorblade, so ranged form, that's going to be terrifying, especially with with the additional sort of magic damage weakness that follows up from that. Because again, a lot of the
Ooh! Gonna put the bristle onto the high ground there, but it's not gonna be enough to save the the Darkseer there, who's gonna go down to this
doesn't have
this
TP for
bristleback.
30 seconds. Oh no!
Oh.
Does anyone have Force
Oh.
Staff? Oh no! None of
Any
them have
Force
Force Staff.
Staffers?
No!
Aww.
Oh, that's
Well,
sad.
I guess it's Bristle No Mates up on the high ground for 30 seconds then.
That pun
He's
was
just-
so terrible. That pun
he's
was so
just chilling.
terrible. If I wasn't getting paid, I'd leave.
Oh, he's
Well done.
finally free.
But-
He's finally free.
I'm not even sure how did the clipping happen. Was that the
Darkseer vacuum.
Darkseer, the vacuum? Yeah.
Yeah, you
As
got
if that's
two
not
ways
what
to
my
cliff
favourite
this
thing.
game. You got vacuum and
Yeah.
oh, getting a little bit of a dive going on here. Gonna veer away, I think, just as the Magnus was looking for an RP, which is unfortunate, but look, it does keep them off the tower, so the ends justify the means. Even if the
Terrorblade's
ends mean they
happy.
don't die.
Just
Yeah.
gonna carry on. Just gonna carry on. Oh.
Uh-oh, you might be in a little bit of
think we
trouble
might-
here, Magnus. And yeah, that's a very dead Magnus. They're gonna get brought back by the Kunka, and that Venge is gonna get caught by the AA ult too, so that it's 2 dead on the side of the Robins. And this Bristleback is just...
Bristol.
I really don't think you want to run past the tier 4s, but I mean, I guess you can run past the tier 3s because you're gonna get a kill for it. Might die here though, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you deserve that. And the Terrorblade's finally decided he's going to have a bit of this action as well. Come out with the Warlock Golem.
Oh, might be able to
Uh-oh.
kill him.
Uh-oh. That's a very dead Terrorblade.
Honestly, I'm not sure if you've taken the tower. No, you haven't even taken the tower, so they'll still be able to deny the tower if they want to, if they decide to.
Yeah, and that is a full team wipe for the Dragons there as well. So Dragon's completely dead. Terrorblade involved in 2 kills after his death. 3 kills actually, because he died before the... Yeah, so that does mean no XP for the Terrorblade, but it does mean gold. And gold is good.
Yeah.
Gold is great if you're a Terrorblade.
Didn't know that voice line exists.
That's the second time that voice line's been used this game.
Just haven't noticed. Not been paying attention. The actual.
Very
voices.
nice AA ult coming out mid. Gonna kind of stop the push happening there, but I think you're feeling pretty good if you're on the side of the Robins right now.
Honestly, think that the Dragons need to consider going and taking their Tormentor. They've got this Terrorblade who can take it really fast. I think it's a bit of a waste if they don't. The Dark Willow is happy with the Grove Bow there, so that's going to be the Shadow Realm is now
Even longer and does
Yes,
more damage.
it's the Dark Willow is making me very sad in that they haven't queued up Ags already. My heart breaks. It's sensible with all the other things they need to do in this game, I know, but my
Look.
heart can still cry a little.
There is no better Dark Willow build than Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, Ags, Daedalus.
Confirmed.
Fill the other slots as desired, but those 4, oh, they feel good.
You stack moon shards, right?
Well, you could stack Moon Charge, you could give yourself a Wind Waker if you wanted to become invincible, you could buy a heart if you wanted more damage. Love a Dark Willow heart. Universal now.
So it looks like instead that she's just queuing up the Boots of Bearing. I honestly think that's probably the right choice.
It is, but it's far less enjoyable if you're a Dark Willow player.
The Darkseer going the punch build. Oh.
Sorry, did I just see that right?
Radiant scanning
Does
around
the
corners
AA have a Midas?
with their odd-looking
The AA does have a Midas, yes.
Where did the AA find enough money to buy Midas?
From the Midas shop. Got a loan, got a gold loan. Made an accord with the.
Look, Gil, I'm not mad. I'm just confused. I need to know. Meanwhile, whilst I'm completely flummoxed by this development, we're gonna lose the Venge here. Take it out very quickly with all the damage from this Bristleback, and they're gonna try and chase down this Darkseer as well. I think that's a caught Darkseer there, so I'm gonna take out 2 in exchange for nothing right now.
Yeah, that's quite silly, really, isn't it? All the good
Ooh, nice.
Oh, the
Going through, but we'll
dodge.
miss the damage burst there. But
I'm surprised they didn't deny it, but maybe they wanted to keep it for the extra fort. Maybe, I don't know. The changes to the first tower kill, the first tower loss gives you a fortification back. I think really does change the dynamic of when you want to start denying your towers away. When it's the first of its kind to die, you probably do still want to keep it for that extra, but just that little extra inconvenience, no matter what, really.
yeah, it's a massive change. Really changes when it's good to start denying some of these towers as well.
This Terrorblade is now starting to pull away a little bit from this from the net worth of this Bristle, and that's almost a completed Silver Edge coming out. That's gonna really make this Bristle sad.
Yeah, that's a very important timing there, isn't it?
I think the Radiance is a good option, good pickup here, because I think just the additional mischance against the Terrorblade. Terrorblade doesn't necessarily want to have to go for. Partb doesn't particularly want to go for an MKB.
Understandably, to be honest.
And then I don't really know if there are any Bloodthorn builders. I mean, you could arguably build Bloodthorn on TB. Could still something, but it just means that this Bristle's just going to be able to soak up even more threat, really, and just be as obnoxious as possible. They are taking a lot more of the map off of the Radiant compared to what the Dragons have been able to take, to what the Robins have been able to take from the Dragons, really. So there is. I actually do think they do stand a good chance of having this maybe get to that third game, but.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong game for the Dragons right now. This Bristleback is looking pretty unkillable in most circumstances. You know, until he dives tier 4s and then gets caught out. Everyone has their flaws. Gonna get
He's got
quite
the-
a
he's
lot
got
of damage
the
coming through
axe,
on this
so
Dark
as
Willow.
long as he's-
Gonna get broken, but now that does mean you don't have break for his second life. Will get stunned up by the Meteor Hammer there. Darkseer wall down, doing quite a lot of damage, and this TB's coming in, trying to take out this CK. Gotta get the kill on the CK, gotta take down the Bristleback as well. See if they can pick up anything else here. Get a triple kill on the Terrorblade here, and also be able to take down the Kunkka. Searching for the AA. Oh, gonna try and TP out, but it's not enough. Ultra kill for the Terrorblade. Oh, we love a respect tip. It's my favorite kind of tip.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's not a case of it being over, but that overextension, I think, is going to end up making a really big deal here. I think that they're definitely going to be able to take this tower. They can
Have lost meta
possibly
now.
take the actual tower itself. Maybe no. Actually, they've got the
I don't think so. I think without meta, with 3 up and the other 2 coming up very shortly, you'll
yeah, it should be
look
fine.
to back out, maybe take over a little bit more of the map, and just keep this Terrorblade just accelerating. Like, this is a pretty farmed Terrorblade right now, and you'll be feeling pretty good about yourself. Although they are beelining towards the Terrorblade, caught out the illusions, so they're gonna try and take those out. Does look like he'll just be able to Silver Edge and walk away. But he's heading into the triangle, and so's Bristle. Gonna find this this Venge, and there is zero hope for her there. Gonna pop the axe and just slay her, really.
Does the Bristle buy out the raid? Does buy out the Radiance. Okay, so okay, so they might not know it, but the Robins now have, if they can take out this Bristleback, and they're close to the enemy side of the river, they can probably take one of those lanes of racks almost with impunity. It's going to be really hard for them to fight back without it. So that is the Tormentor, and it looks like, so that's all 5 of them on the side of the Dire have their shards, because at this point it just gave them a little bit of gold.
A little bit of money.
So at this point, I mean, Kunkka, yeah, Kunkka can potentially would now looking to get that BKB. Where don't know what the Bristleback's got queued up as of yet. They're having a think clearly. The AA.
Look, sometimes it's good to just consider what your next item is. Do you know who else has got a Radiance queued up?
I'm gonna say that's probably.
Oh no, sorry, I can't see anything. It's a butterfly that's queued up. I'm blind. Never mind.
Yeah, butterfly makes butterfly on the Terrorblade is what you would want here. That's part of why I was saying that the Radiance is all right here for the Bristleback, because the Terrorblade's almost already 6 slotted. They're not going to want.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to change anything out here for.
He does have the BKB, which means he will ignore the mischance from Radiance.
Good. Good lord. There was a Terrorblade.
Or
here. It's gone now.
Or he could just die.
Well,
that also works, you know. And the Venge could also just die, you know. Why live when you could die?
I mean, I ask myself that question all the time, personally, but
there is a very distinct lack of buybacks available in this game at the moment. You know, there are.
This. If they have any reason to suspect it, then this just might be a death.
Uh-oh.
Tower.
Flare, that's not where you want to be. That's a very quick death for Flare as well. At least she didn't suffer.
How dare you be in your base,
Yeah.
trying to run for safety?
Yeah. How dare you exist?
So by running, I think they now know that the Terrorblade doesn't have buyback, because if he did have it, he would use it back.
Yeah, he would have, but he is also up in 10 seconds, so not
Yeah,
too big of a
working
deal.
well.
Although Darkseer, gonna try and run in and get this normal punch through. Meanwhile, the Bristol is just killing the Venge behind the tower, and will be able to pick up the Darkseer kill as well. I mean, there is only there are 3 heroes dead on the side of the Radiant right now, so need to be a little bit careful about trying to defend. I've got the Dark Willow back up now. I'm gonna send one of the TB illusions through. Looking to see if they can make something happen with this Magnus. Just gonna Shadow Blade up. Or Silver Edge up, depending on how pedantic you'd like to be.
I mean, very, but not right now. Right now,
Just
I'm
look
just
like-
excited by the fact that this game is now largely back to being pretty even. And the prospect of a game 3 is looking more and more real, Kit.
See, games like this are why you should always be saving for buyback.
Yeah.
These games could be very different if one side had full buybacks and the others didn't.
Radiant's middle barracks. Radiant's middle barracks just fell.
I mean, it looks like that should now be, I think that's every shard for everybody. Oh no, the only person, there are 2 people on the side of the Radiant that don't have shards, and that's Terrorblade and the Darkseer. Darkseer's one is interesting. You sometimes want it, you sometimes don't. Because if you don't turn the Outcast on to disable the trail, you could end up giving away where an Indus hero's gone. That can be a bit finicky like, but the side of the Terrorblade, I think I'd kind of maybe like it on the Terrorblade to be able to
Exist outside of meta.
yeah, and just have that additional attack and movement speeds, and be able to just you know, usually whenever I see it on Terrorblade, I almost always see it used for farming.
Although it is 20% HP minus, so he's been
Nice.
farming
Yeah,
in some pretty precarious positions. So I don't know if you want to be making it more dangerous for yourself.
I mean, if you use it when you're lower on health, it feels like less. Because
True.
It's 20% of your current health.
Yes.
So there is that to it.
Just like that, we're gonna try and get a little bit of a fight here. I don't think they know the CK's up there next to them. Now we have to take out this Warlock, who doesn't have buyback, coincidentally.
Yeah, I think in terms of buyback at this point, I think the only people that have it are.
We've got quite a few buybacks out now. Terrorblade has now saved for his buyback. He's being a good boy. He's got buyback now.
Oh, not anymore. Don't think he's.
Oh. I take it back. Terrorblade's no longer a good boy.
Bought the butterfly.
Shame. Shame.
That's I think that's going to well, it depends. They could end up. They're waiting to see if when Roche turns up. According to this, Roche is going to be up in just shy of 30 seconds. So they're
We'll
almost
see if
certainly
they
going to be
figure
looking at
it
putting
out. Well,
gonna be
they
looking-
will still have an illusion up at that point, as long as nobody goes and nicks it or kills it. But
Yeah,
they'll be able to see when Roche respawns. Well, they do need to be careful because
What's this? The bristles just woken up and chosen violence. Clearly.
I see, Bristle. Just gonna really get on into the middle of the team there and just try and take them down. I'm not quite sure that's gonna work out for you, and no, it's not. Gonna get Kunker's Wild Water Park coming out, but I'm just gonna have the Kunker run away. Roche is now up, and the Radiant do know that it's up as well, so just gonna waltz on in, I think, and
Yeah.
secure this second life for the Terrorblade.
The freest Roche estate, really, isn't it? As soon as that bristle went down there, it's like, well, bristle's gonna die, and they're now gonna get Roche. What did you achieve? I think
Yeah.
they'll be having words, even if the and there is still a very real possibility the dragons can still defend off this Aegis and then be able to take the dub themselves. Especially if when you consider, if you look at what's happening mid, the creep wave they are slowly starting to do little bits of damage towards the tier 4s at this point. So they do still have an in to be able to, if they can get good enough trade, get the kills, and be able to start wailing on those towers. Then
Gonna get the null punch off on the Kunkka there, and the vacuum back. Do you think that's gonna be a very dead Kunkka? And so it is, but that's a heckin' AA ult coming through. Gonna be able to take out this Darkseer as well. This the Terrorblade is just trying to fight through. Does try and get the Sunder off, which I think is not going to be the best decision there. Yeah, Aegis is down. He's going to be coming back, and it's just this Dark Willow left, so he is completely on his own. Yeah, the Sunder was already used. I think perhaps the wrong choice to use that pre-Aegis.
even get a building. Didn't even get half damage on that tower. That's
it started off looking so good and then went so wrong.
Look, just bristles, just running towards. We're probably about to see a dead Willow.
I think that's a dead Willow. You've tried to exist on the map, which was your first mistake. Uh-oh. R.I.P. Nice little.
That was cute from Fleur.
Nice little Yules there, but I knew that was coming, and I didn't want to say anything because I knew that it would just kind of prolong her fate. So I just watched on in horror.
I mean, that's a point. I feel like, I think that they're doing the safer thing. They're just trying to see if they can get another lane of racks, just keep applying the pressure.
Yeah, which is good.
Possibility for the jump, but just doesn't do it. That's
the Radiant know that they can't mega, so there's no point buying back right now. It's better to save those and have one big push at the end if needed. But also having to make them go out to get this tier 2 means you can respawn in time. So.
They've got almost everybody up. There's going to be a full fight, and Darkseer does have the cheese as well, so he can get that over to somebody if the Terrorblade does end up needing it, and he ends up trying to get it to him.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting
out slots that.
It's going to be a difficult fight here. Desperately trying to defend this final rack from essentially what is just the bristleback at this stage.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably the right way to do this, because as long as you can keep this, as long as the
gonna get the stun through onto the bristleback, the Terrorblade is gonna see this as his time to go in, gonna be able to take him through, but the Darkseer is gonna fall. Just get the wall down. Nice RP coming through. Gonna get the Warlock Golem out onto this Magnus, and the AA ult coming through, desperately trying to take down the CK, but he's just still alive. Gonna take him down eventually, and the Kunkka almost falling, but not quite, and it's gonna be a dead Terrorblade there, falling to the AA Ice Blast. Gonna be able to take down the Kunkka with the Darkseer buyback, but I don't think you're gonna get very much else. Although Gil's nice little stop to Midas the creep there. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I think she already knew she was going to die, because we've seen the Darkseer had the regular punch.
That was cheeky, and I loved it.
Yeah, at that point you're like, well, I've got this Midas, I'm going to use it,
it's off cooldown.
You've seen this AA's build? It's got a purple ball.
Yeah, well, what else do you build with a Midas? Build the purple ball.
I'm so here for it.
Look, she's got a support item.
27 seconds. 27 seconds on that ult is really value.
Ooh, Darkseer just making his way into the fountain there to punch the Warlock and losing half his HP for it. I'm not entirely sure that was the right decision to be made when you've bought back, but I do respect the confidence.
Maybe they. I think they were trying to. I think they were trying to bait. Honestly, they were trying to bait out buybacks. I think from like the bristle and anything
Yeah.
else that could potentially buy back. Because okay, yeah, sure, you would be on a dieback, but if you can then get these other more important heroes than yourselves baited into dying back themselves, you arguably gain more value from it. And then
Yeah.
if they don't, the heroes that didn't buy back weren't going to be able to get the kills on the Darkseer by themselves, I don't think. Not
Yeah.
without. I think because the golem's still down. I don't think they would have been able to really commit to it. So honestly, I don't entirely hate the dive in there from the Darkseer. I think that it's I can see why they would have done it. But yeah, I think this is what one set of racks left on the side of the Robins there. I mean, even
Yeah.
if this gets to megas, they have a Magnus, they have a Darkseer, they do have things that can defend against. They have things that can defend against megas. You don't like it, but
It's possible, and that's what matters. You don't have to like it for it to be possible.
At the moment, the only people missing buybacks now are the mid conquer, and that's just a case of time. Whereas Darkseer, it's a little bit longer and doesn't have the gold for it, so
yeah,
we're still.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough here, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of defensive capabilities though, so they're still quite happy either way, I'd say. And
yeah, I think. No, you go.
I'm really happy. I really like the choice to get the Shiva's guard on the.
Oh, gonna see a little bit of a skirmish breaking out here. Gonna try and get this final Rax and get it brought into the base, but this Bloodstone is just healing him all the way up. Gonna get a double kill there, and I think it's about to become a third as well. Yeah, Terrorblade is desperately trying to do something, anything. It has broken the Bristleback, but it's just not enough at all. Swap's gonna come through after some buybacks, but gonna pop the Ags again. Gonna Sunder. See if they can get anything done here, but
he's going for the rampage. He's going for the rampage. He's going for the rampage.
Oh, we love a rampage.
Yes.
And
double
rampage.
Oh my god!
Can he get the triple? Triple rampage! Way! Oh, nice AA ult coming through as well. Fourth rampage, anyone? Fourth rampage?
Oh my god!
No.
Report Ms. Rain. Report Ms. Rain.
I think it had timed out anyway, but heartbroken.
Oh my lord.
It's only a triple rampage. So disappointing.
Oh, we've got a 3-game series on our hands, Kit. We actually got. Oh.
Look, it's almost like when I said we'd be seeing 3 games today. I'd seen the script for today, but that would never happen. We'd never have a script for how things were going to go.
I'm so happy. We got a game that was closer throughout the majority of it. There wasn't a massive lead on the side of the Robins at any real point. At one point, I think the highest they were was like 7k ahead after a bit of the divey fight meds, and then it looked a bit dicey when they had the Aegis. But aside from that, like, the fact that they didn't really get much of anything out of that Aegis was sort of the sign of oh well, okay then, that's your advantage largely just gone, isn't it? And then at that point, Bristle could just stand and be like, well, I'm just gonna hit this building. And even when they pulled him in, and he was facing towards XML with them, it just wasn't enough. I'm just really happy that we're up. I'm really happy that we get to go to a game 3.
Yeah, me too. I am really looking forward to seeing this game because we did see the Dragons learn from some of their mistakes. You know, we didn't see a Bristle diving quite so hard before he was strong enough. You know, we got some pretty good learning going on. So really looking forward to seeing the third game. And we will get to have a little bit of a watch of it after another short break. So we shall see you again pretty soon. Hello and welcome back for game 3 of our final best of 3 of the 2023 Welsh Esports League. Are you excited, Lude? I already know you're excited.
Yep, I'm really excited now. I just want to see I want to see no holding back. I want this to be the 90-minute game, every tier 5 item. I want multiple rapiers. I want
So, not much then.
not really, no. I don't have many demands. I think that's pretty reasonable. Pretty fair thing to expect.
Well, we shall have to see what you get given in this game. Do you have any kind of predictions for things that might happen in this drafting phase, first of all?
Bristleban. That's my
Bristol Van.
prediction.
Yeah. And look. Yep,
Look.
there it is.
Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't. They've decided they don't want any more of that in their life.
Yeah.
I think that
10 seconds left. Well, 8.
I think that we're
Radiant gets to ban.
possibly going to see maybe an AA banned in this phase as well. I think the AA caused a lot of problems in
Yeah.
that
10
other
seconds.
game. I think the thing with the Warlock,
5 seconds.
Warlock was also slightly problematic, but in terms, I think you'd be amazed how much damage was done in that laning phase by Mizrain feeling baited into taking that early point in the heal, because it just
Yeah.
does.
10 seconds.
I was arguing, funnily enough, with Fleur about it earlier on, being like, no, it's still good, it's just
seconds.
not as good as other healing. And then I went back looking at the numbers and oh no, this is awful now. This is awful. It's 150 health. Like and what? Like
All right, Dyer gets to ban.
And
I'm thinking
what
this is gonna
indeed?
drop the. Were you thinking? Yep.
Radiant's up.
Yep. Okay. That's pretty much what I thought it was gonna be with the
Yeah,
that AA pickup.
don't
It's
ban
really welcome last
AA.
time.
Pick AA instead.
Yeah, no, I thought the Robins were gonna ban it. I thought we would have prioritized it over banning the
gets the
Conquer,
ban.
but here we are. They thought that was more of a problem. However, Bane is back. Okay, so
Bane
set
of
upon there.
your existence.
So after 15 minutes, does AA have the shard? Is Bane in a position where they're going to get caught in the AL? Then they've got a pretty easy interrupt for the they've got a pretty easy interrupt for the Fiend script.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still really good for everything else until it's to the point where it gets that Fiend script off.
Yeah.
So I think that they are going to need. I think the AA is an okay solution to being able to pick the Bane off potentially and get rid of some of that control. But it's still really important that they get that gone as soon as feasibly possible.
Radiant's up. Banning time.
But yeah, I think. I mean, banning of this time the dragons have banned the CK themselves. They also got rid of the Necrophos from the first game because they don't want to deal with that again, which is understandable. That was pretty obnoxious.
10 seconds left.
Yes,
Well,
it was pretty good in that first game.
5 seconds.
Any heroes that you would particularly like to see picked up?
I mean, I wanted to see the Brewmaster, but it's been banned. We could maybe see an offlane Wraith King. I love my big Skeleton boy. I love my big skeleton boy. So I would quite like the offlane Wraith King. I don't know if it's something that Presty plays, but everybody plays Wraith King. It's 2 buttons. It's not hard. Do you remember the days when Mortal Strike didn't use before the skeletons existed, and you literally could just have one finger for your Q, and that was it, and then the rest of it's just your items.
Yeah, yeah, I
Double
do.
doubled the amount of casting for Wraith King with one
Yeah.
change.
And now it's tripled because you can cast your ult.
Oh god, I forgot that you can do that. I think there's not very many scenarios where I think you would actually want to do that.
Anti-mage.
Yeah.
Or any
That's-
mana burn hero, to be
Dyer's
honest.
choice.
And
Let's
then
give him a
that's
second.
yeah, shard. Shard lets you shard you can do it without mana. And if anything, I think it also improves it anyway. I think it changes it so it's no mana cost and increases the skeleton spawn count. So you end up getting
10
more
seconds.
skellies from the
5 seconds.
I don't actually say how many skellies it goes up by, but anyway. Bounty Hunter. Okay, so
We do like a little bit of a bounty hunter. I've
gonna be
been
a
enjoying
+4
seeing this
probably,
hero being
isn't it?
picked up.
I don't know if it's one that Chesney plays, but it's not that difficult a hero. Like I imagine he probably can play it semi comfortably. But it is a hero that we
Dyer's turn.
are seeing picked in other positions now. Oh, the Nether Drake, my flappy boy Viper. So
There he is.
he's
10 seconds left.
have they picked him up partially because have they picked him up partially
5 seconds.
as a preventative measure because of the potential for break? Is this a comfort thing for their mid, or it could be Viper could be in almost any position at this point, really. It's more likely going to be the off lane or maybe the mid, but
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good hero in either
Radiant knows
position at
just
the
who to pick
moment.
here, I'll
I
bet.
think it depends on what you're trying to achieve with either of the lanes. Which sometimes it's a little bit easier to wait until the end of the draft to figure that out. But
I think I mean they've got
10 seconds.
they've gone for the Venge here, so again that's another
5 seconds.
is one of the flavor supports of the patch, and again the fact that it builds Solar Crest is really good. So I imagine that's really going to be that'll probably be. If I was a Viper, I'd rather have a Venge in my lane than an AA potentially. Although the increased magic damage from the Ice Vortex is good, but then you've also got the stun and um the armor reduction from the Wave of Terror. So I think that is a lane that if they're not careful on the
Radiant's
Robins,
up.
that could potentially be a pretty nasty kill lane.
yeah,
Okay.
that could be pretty intense there.
Okay, Night Stalker. So this is going to be there. I'm going to pop Dark Ascension and I'm going to go
10
basically
seconds.
fly past everyone. His job is basically going to be try and
Dyer's
get on
choice.
this
4,
AA
3,
and stop
second.
the ult from
Phantom
going out.
assassin.
Also,
Oh,
probably for the additional vision for the Bane to be able to give him chance to get the Fiend's grip off. That also is a pretty good pairing for that reason.
I'm not 100%
10 seconds.
certain I'd be picking a PA into a Viper. I find
5
that
seconds.
until you get that BKB at least, you can kind of have some pretty bad fights if you aren't focusing in areas of the map where the Viper isn't.
It's simpler than that. You wait until after 15 minutes you buy your shard. You get your farming item, so you get the Mortrid will get she'll get the Battle Fury, probably the Deso, and then just go for the shard. And then okay, yeah, sure, Viper can get a breakdown. But so can PA, and PA will just melt you. I have been on the receiving end of that a few times too many.
All right.
Getting just
Dyer gets to ban.
deleted by PA there.
Dawnbreaker
Okay, so
coming
they
out.
do get the
Don't ban the
Dawnbreaker out.
Dawnbreaker. Pick the Dawnbreaker.
Hmm. Okay,
Radiant
so
gets to ban.
obviously they must have seen some value in it. Ban on Storm Spirit, interesting. I'm trying to think about where this Viper's going. It feels more likely now that the Viper
10
is
seconds.
probably mid then. And the
Radiant's up,
Dawnbreaker
banning
is
time.
going off lane. Yeah, they seem to think the same thing on the side of the Robin since they've banned the spec there. Is there
Yeah,
any chance this isn't an off-lane Night Stalker? Is there any chance of it being...
10 seconds.
Not sure.
It could be a mid stalker.
It's...
5 seconds.
I don't know how much I like it, particularly going into a Viper, but it's probably more likely just the off lane, and we're probably just spinning our wheels needlessly here.
Look, when the teams take so much of their reserve time to draft, we will spin our wheels. If they didn't want us to come up with these crazy crackpot theories, they'd just pick their heroes.
Radiant knows just
Oh,
who to pick.
it's Terrorblade in time.
Okay, yep, sure, yep, Terrorblade's reasonable. I suppose that's why that's the reason for the bans of the Storm and the Zeus, because the magic damage is a really good way to go with the TB.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Probably or what I'd pick as a mid for the side of the Robins at this point. They could look at... I was going to do well against Viper. What doesn't lose lane? Maybe Razor? Oh, you could get Razor.
You're
maybe.
suggesting a razor? Hmm?
It's an option. Don't know if I like it, but it's an option. I actually don't know.
Cave Johnson, welcome to Cave Johnson. It's time to choose who's going to defend
there we
Pick
go.
a puck. I love pick a puck time.
Okay.
Well, I
So-
guess we'll get the puck and then go mid. Easy.
Yeah, I mean,
Simple.
at this point, I'm not sure how I feel about this draft. I think that this is... I mean, I've both won and lost the mid matchup as a Viper against a puck, so I don't know how that one goes. I think that's going to be... I suppose you can always, if you take an early point, maybe in the you can always... They're on the side of the Dire, so it's a bit trickier for the Dire. If they were Radiant, I would suggest as Viper taking an early value point in the W, clearing the mid wave, and then going straight over towards the small camp by the mid lane, and just being able to just kind of cycle that farm. But I don't know if that's viable on the side of I don't know if that's as viable here for the
All right, get ready.
Right. How are you feeling about this game then? What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to be the winners? Who do you think is going to be the losers in the laning phase at least? Specific
laning
heroes.
phase. Dawnbreaker is going to be laning, I think, with the AA. So depending on if they can catch the Celestial Hammer Starbreaker combo with the Cold Feet and Ice Vortex, possibly could get a kill on the side of the Dire.
So we think
At the same
AA Dawnbreaker could be winners here?
Could be, but at the same time, you've got PA that's going to be leaning.
All right, everybody, 30 seconds.
Going to be leaning with this Bane, so the Bane's going to be able to enfeeble the Dawnbreaker and get rid of a fair bit of the kill threat there. So it's we're just scouting out to see if they've got the vision here. They've realised that they don't have it on the side of the Dire and the... That's why the Night Stalker was... I don't know if you noticed that the Night Stalker was running along in front of the tower, but that's a bit of a...
Let's see if we can get a little bit of a skirmish going on here. Quite a bit of damage coming through onto this Night Stalker. Gonna keep smacking away, but not going to be able to chase down for the kill, but that does mean you're going to be going to lane pretty sad on HP, at least.
Night Stalker's got decent, he's got an okay base regen, he's got some tangos, he'll be fine. If he really gets worried, he'll skip another set out before getting his bracer, maybe, although that's a little bit more sad, but...
Yeah, a little bit sad to end up going to lane with only one of your 3 tangos at least, but, you know, I'm sure it'll work out for him. Valinar is a big boy. Big, chunky boy.
So,
Gonna do quite so well on these last hits and denies, though. Terrorblade taking a little bit of an early advantage, but...
Yeah, but the trade-off to that is that he went the old-fashioned build and took the Metamorphosis at level 1, so getting the early last hits does sort of scan, but now he's not got it for another 110, like, so it's a bit of a trade-off there.
Quite a bit of damage coming out on this bot lane. Yeah, just doing quite a bit of harass here, so getting both opponents pretty low.
Yeah, rookie mistake on the side of Venge there, knowing they're going to be leaning against the PA and not already having the stick.
Not having the stick.
That's,
unfortunate there. Nice stun coming out there from the Dawnbreaker, but not going to be enough to really put the PA in any proper danger there, so it'll be absolutely fine. Top taking quite a bit of damage on this Night Stalker, but it's just going along, trying to get some last hits.
mid lane.
Still having a pretty good time on this Terrorblade, though.
On the mid lane, the last hits really in the Viper's favor, just out trading quite heavily on this.
Oh, meanwhile, down bot, we're taking quite a bit of damage on this Dawnbreaker here. Nice blood grenade. Gonna slow this PA. Is it gonna be enough? I'm not sure it is. Gonna keep chasing, although she will stop there and they'll get a turn and kill this PA. Very nicely done.
Nice. Really good job there. Really good job. That's just punishing the carry's insolence there a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta know where your strengths lie. Taking quite a bit of damage on this Night Stalker up top as well, so gonna have to back it out a little bit.
Robin's
All of the Radiants are taking quite a lot of damage so far. Need to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, the Robin's nose just a little bit bloodied early on in this laning phase. If you look at the last hits as well, both the carry and the mids really out-trading their opponent counterparts there. But
Dawnbreaker taking quite a lot of damage in this bot lane, but should be okay here.
I mean, not that far away from getting the completed Vanguard. So again, that's really gonna help help your tank up a fair bit. This Viper just going straight for the bots even before anything else. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe I'd want some kind of early damage item first before having it, but I like the idea of being able to just being able to move around on the map and just start being a menace everywhere.
Yeah, one of your best early damage items is mana, so you can keep casting a Q, but I do see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna interrupt the bots and maybe get an extra value Wraith Band out from the looks of it. Yeah.
Never a bad idea to pick up another Wraith Band. Ooh, up
Good
top,
lord.
we are going to be able to get a kill onto this Night Stalker here. Just another popping of the meta and going to be able to get taken down with the help of this AA as well. So, having a really, really good start to this game, this Terrorblade.
Like they're relatively relatively ahead in terms of last hits on most of their counterparts. So, I mean, Viper has 4 less denies than Puck has last hits.
Yeah.
That's not a position you want to be in at any point. Oh, wasted the rift as well. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
Viper
pain.
is I don't I don't want to be cruel, but severely outplaying the Puck here.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like it's a really difficult lane for the Puck because the Viper can just apply the pressure and okay, yeah, sure, you can occasionally waning rift and phase shift and orb to get away from things like, but if the Viper's patient, which is usually my problem when it's not worked out for me, is when I haven't been patient, you can just decide that they don't get to they don't get to lane, they just don't get to play Dota.
Puck is also very difficult to play against a Viper because you end up in this kind of you bait yourself essentially. You start to overthink everything you're doing and then inevitably make mistakes because you can get baited out by a good Viper player. I find it like a very difficult matchup, but mostly because you do start to just overthink it, and that's when you start really making mistakes.
I mean, up top, that's a little stun, little taking of the gold there from the Terrorblade. That's a stun.
Another acceptable kind of stealing. I'll always allow a bounty hunter to steal some money. I think it's a lot of fun.
Terrorblade going from Midas. I don't know how I feel about that. But
It's always good to have a not a catch-up Midas, but a get-ahead Midas.
I mean, this Night Stalker is
And here
still
we see the DOTA
was
players
about to
in
get
their
their
natural
about to get the completed phase boots there, but at this point it's just really much. I mean, in terms of net worth, he's actually about the same, about equidistant with the Dawnbreaker. Is the real telling of the tape, though, I think, is the fact that the Viper is about 500 gold or so, like 500, almost 600 gold ahead of this Puck, just in terms of if you look at the amount of last hits comparison, it's pretty nasty, really. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of there's a lot of poking and prodding going on across the map, which is having a bit of an impact on the farm as well. But I'm quite enjoying this start to the game. A little bit slower than some of the others we've watched from these two teams so far, but that's probably a good thing. Gonna see this Puck rotate onto the Terrorblade here top. Try and get the stun through, gonna get the Dream Coil on. Gonna be able to get away from it there, but the Night Stalker is there and waiting. Should be a dead Terrorblade. Yeah, not gonna be able to save himself there. Will get the rotation through from the Viper, but gonna be a bit of a dodge there. Don't think there's gonna be any way to catch up and get any further kills here. So we're just gonna have to back it off a little bit.
That's them to be a fair bit. They're actually now ever so slightly ahead, so that's actually benefit them quite nicely.
Yeah, it's a very important kill there. Uh-oh, I'm not sure you want to go forward there, Night Stalker. Yeah, that's just gonna tick its way out. You need to respect how strong this this Viper is.
Yeah, it's 16 damage per second per stack.
Yeah.
And if you got
you get a couple of those stacks on you, it adds up real fast.
Yeah. Hey, even with the Enfeeble does still do something against the Viper, but less than you'd think, because X amount of damage isn't from the click, X amount, you know, a good portion of it is from the actual poison attack, which I don't think is debuffed by the Enfeeble. I think it's purely the attack damage that it gets rid of.
Yeah, We're seeing Viper very strong at the moment, so just need to respect that a little bit. Looks like we're still having a bit of skirmishing going on in the top lane. Just, this is the new home of Dota now. Top lane fight club.
Yeah. Did decide on a different item. If you look bottom though, we look bottom.
That's quite deep there in the bot lane. Just PA diving straight behind this tower. Gonna pick up the kill onto the Dawnbreaker there. Quite low. Will she be able to get out?
I think she might.
I think so. Yep, that looks like a very alive PA there, so... Well, very alive. And alive enough PA. And there's a stack for her to lifesteal off as well. So.
And the Cetus Serenity, oh, she's fine. She's...
Yeah, she's gonna be absolutely fine. Jaunt one of the orbs, one of the Viper Qs in mid lane. Realise I probably shouldn't call them orbs if we're playing against a puck. Just try and keep that a bit clear.
Looks like the
A little bit of poking going on from both sides there in the mid lane. See who's going to be able to win the battle of the mid lane towers and take that objective first.
I mean, mid tower isn't as important as it used to be, which, as someone who plays a lot of mid, is really sad for me. Because it means I can't justify staying mid and farming and pushing whenever my enemy mid laner goes to gank. I like to just stay here. So I'm just taking the objective, realizing that I already know it's not as important. I just don't like moving from my farm. Okay. The Viper did end up getting another item before going for those bots. He did get himself a Dragon Lance, which I think is...
Always a good item.
Oh, Chongaquill did manage to get the Invis.
Oh, a nice little invis steal there.
Gonna use it to stay alive. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think they were. Don't think they were not.
Meanwhile, down mid, this bounty is not as invisible as he would like to think he is. He gets a stun, but I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near enough to kill him off with what they've got in this bot lane. Gonna try and get a kill onto this Bane instead, but Nightstalker ult coming out. Gonna try and chase down this Dawnbreaker. Swap coming through, very nice. Should be able to save her, but we'll see how deep this Nightstalker would like to dive for this kill. Still looking for it. Nah, he's decided not worth it. Gonna head back to farm some creeps.
Honestly, the saves there from both sides, the Fleur getting that timing on that Nightmare was absolutely fabulous. Honestly, and then the swap from the
still a little bit of skirmishing happening, but I think the Stormbreaker. Yep, she's gonna go down. We should be able to make it out with the Venge, but just need to be a little bit careful here.
It's a cheeky Fiend's Grip, I'm gonna guess there. What the fact that the spell is on cooldown would tell me anyway.
Well, it's a good indication, but you can never be too certain.
Called environmental-based storytelling. Oh, the important objectives now. These Wiz runes. Oh, again. Bounty's already managed to get theirs on that side.
Swiped. Uh-oh. Looks like we might have a little bit of trouble here in the bot lane. The Stormbreaker's coming in and just absolutely obliterating this Nightstalker from planet Earth.
There was a good snipe from good snipe on the AA. That was what led to that. Good cross map explosion.
Bounty's just kind of chilling, seeing if they can get anything done, but I don't think he's going to be saving this tower. Uh-oh. Oh. I think you could have probably maybe kept the courier safe there, Bounty, but nice try. Uh-oh, Fleur. She's come in to see if she can help defend this tower, but taking a lot of damage. Just going to have to back away with just one nightmare put out and let that tower fall. Meanwhile, Terrorblade finished up his Midas, just vibing, surviving, thriving, enjoying his jungle time.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have his Yasha completed in like 10 so seconds, and that'll be on the way out. Get his Manta. This Manta will probably take like 4 minutes, if that, and then Skadi. Skadi
I
Butterfly.
doubt it'll even be 4 minutes. I think we'll see a very fast Manta timing from here. I think it'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't. Well, he's got the next Midas ready to go. So go and find it. Yep. Get that bonus, that sweet XP.
Money, money, money.
Exactly. Makes the world go round. That clinking sound. Again, really even game. But I will say is that it was an even game for the most part. For the last one, and they were able to pull it. They were able to pull it away. And this time,
up top, the Viper's been caught out by this Night Stalker, but the Dawnbreaker ult's gonna come in along with the AATP. Gonna be able to get the Night Stalker off him, but he's still hanging around. They're gonna look to see if they can make something happen. Gonna come out the Fiend's Grip here, and this Night Stalker is just gonna obliterate him. Nice jump in from the Dawnbreaker. Gonna be able to pick up the return kill. Don't think the Night Stalker's gonna die, but they are gonna see if they can chase after this bounty. Missed him with the dust, so he should be fine as well.
Mid tower gone on the side of the Dire there. The Puck able to take the tower, even if they didn't get that last hit, that bonus gold.
So do you know what else is happening whilst all this is going on? Oh, actually, the PA has come a little bit too far forward. Gonna get stunned up there. Trying to jump in, but I don't really know if there's much you can offer here. I'm gonna be able to take down the AA here. See if the Dawnbreaker can pick up the kill on the PA, and she's gonna be able to make it. They will get the Venge as well, but the Dawnbreaker's gonna clean up the Bounty Hunter as well.
Oh, yeah,
the Viper is also in position. See if they can get something going on. Oh, a nice coil coming out. I think this is going to be a very dead Dawnbreaker. Viper seeing if he can make something happen. Nightmares. That should probably be enough to get the Radiant out. And you know what's going on while all this is happening?
Your boy Terrorblade's farming.
He is now 2k ahead of the PA. Nearly 2.5. Uh-oh, Viper's in trouble though. Stuck around a little bit too long, and they have all rotated for this. Gonna be able to pick up the kill. It's gonna come through, but it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, this Terrorblade is just loving this now. Really, it's not really much they can do if they don't stop it. If they start looking for him to try and stop him.
Dawnbreaker is just refusing to be stopped as well. She comes in, gets this kill on the Bane, just cuts through Fleur as if she's butter.
Yeah, like I said, with that net worth, that Terrorblade, yeah, like I said, got that Manta, is already making a start now on the Skadi. Once he's got that.
I know, like that was 3 minutes on that Manta timing from the Yasha.
Yeah, okay, you were right. I can see that.
It's just insanely fast farming here. Gonna pop the Night Stalker ult to try and get away there. I think he would have probably been okay without it, but never hurts. Never hurts to make sure you can extract.
Are they gonna find it? Are they gonna find the Terrorblade? I think they might be about to find the Terrorblade. They've just found the Terrorblade.
Uh-oh. This could be a little bit of a problem because this Terrorblade is farming pretty low and doesn't really take much for the Night Stalker to just bonk him out of existence. Gonna nightmare this Dawnbreaker. Uh-oh. Accidentally nightmaring himself for a second, but gonna get it cancelled. Fiend's Grip coming out onto the Dawnbreaker. We'll try and swap to save. Coil coming through as well. Lots of ults being used this fight. Oh, unfortunately, gonna pop the coil there on the Venge. Gonna lead to her death. It could be a dead Viper too. And yeah, that's definitely a dead Viper. Very, very nice play there from the Robins.
And yep, they're starting to establish a little bit of a lead now there on the Robins. Being able to find that Terrorblade is a really big deal. The thing that we didn't really talk about with the Night Stalker being a really good counter to the Terrorblade is that if you've got your Crippling Fear running, you aren't going to be able to get off your Sunder unless you can,
not until you got a BKB.
Unless you can create a gap. Yeah, and that's the 14-minute and the 21-minute runes stolen, the Wisdom runes by the side of Robins there.
Uh-oh, this Dawnbreaker could be in a bit of trouble too. Yeah. She's gone a little bit too far forward and found literally all of the Robins.
Yeah, there's not really much you can do. If the Night Stalker's got his Crippling Fear up, he can just run at you, and then you can't get any stuff off. Because, again, you just need a BKB, and you don't often want a BKB on the Dawnbreaker. You usually want to be able to rely on, the Starbreaker sort of gives you that a little bit of the spell resistance.
So just a couple of minutes ago, we were saying there was a over 2k net worth lead between the Terrorblade and the PA. It's not going to be too long before the PA overtakes this Terrorblade now.
So they're not necessarily going to overtake unless they end up getting more pickoffs of them. But it's more a case of the problem is that all the other cores are ahead of everybody else.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Where a lot of the problem lies, and this PA is 3 levels ahead of this TV, so if they can keep the pressure up, then it's going to get really tricky for them. The PA looking to get the BKB before looking at getting the Ags. We've been seeing a lot of this Ags pick up recently. Which I suppose it's not as good as it used to be, because anytime it used to be that it was the abilities were fully refreshed now, but now it's I think it reduces
50% now.
Scanning around for enemies.
Oh no, sorry, it was 50%, now it's 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is very good for fan of knives.
Yeah, like fan of knives is absurd.
It's a that's a melted Venge there.
I mean, just what do? Just what do at that point, you know?
Close your eyes and hope. My strat. Doesn't work very often, but it's a strat.
Terrorblade has got a fair bit closer to the Skadi now, so once they've got that, I think once they get the butterfly, with the exception of the like the fan of knives, I think Stifling Dagger always hits. I think. You should
Scanning for enemies.
be able to tank through most of the physical things here, but there's still a bit of magic damage out of the side of the park.
I'm gonna see if they can do a little bit of jungle takeover here on the side of the Radiant. Just try and make this world a little bit smaller for the Terrorblade. Oh, PA overtook the Terrorblade for just a second there. Gone back into the second spot now. Fiend's Grip coming out onto this Dawnbreaker. Gonna see if they can get the kill. AA ult's gonna come through, and that is a dead Bane there. They're just standing a little bit too close to the Viper and gonna get taken out because of it. Dawnbreaker still looking to see if she can make something happen. Gonna ult through.
Oh,
See if they can make this PA disappear. They can. Very cool magic trick. But Night Stalker's gonna come in and do his own magic trick and make the Venge disappear. Although he will go down for it.
yeah. I mean, that's a really big pick from the side of the dragons there, just being able to.
Huge pick off.
I think, yeah, no, the PA had the BKB running at the time as well, and it just didn't save them. So that's what we in the industry call slight cause for concern.
Yes, a little bit difficult.
I'm very sad that these tormentors are still alive. On both sides, even.
There is not a lot of Tormentor taking going on this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it makes me very sad. It's a free objective. I like objectives. It's the one thing I miss about Heroes of the Storm. Is just how many things there were to take on that. And the thing I don't miss about Heroes of the Storm is literally everything else.
Oh, looks like we are going to get another fight coming out here. This Viper is going to get caught out by the Night Stalker. Taken down. Dawnbreaker's seeing if she can make something happen, but going to get nightmared and just end up having to run away. And this Night Stalker isn't done. Trying to get off one of the supports killed, but Dawnbreaker desperately trying to stop him. Body blocks coming through. Is it going to be enough? It's definitely not going to be enough to save the Venge, that's for sure. And uh-oh, this Dawnbreaker could be in a little bit of trouble too. Terrorblade coming out. Gonna get the stun onto Fleur. See if they can make something happen here. Taking a lot of damage to kill off this Bane here, and the PA is going to come through and obliterate that Dawnbreaker, and the AA is also finally going to go down too.
I think the reason this Night Stalker has been a really good pick here is I forgot about the change where you use his abilities normally, then you use your ultimate and you get all your other abilities back. And that's time where you just can't play DOTA. You can't do any of your stuff unless you want to use a BKB. And then at that point, even if you use your BKB, Fiend's Grip goes through BKB, Kit. Like,
yeah, it does.
Miserable. It's absolutely miserable. And they did really good job there, because you know the fact that this Night Stalker is so tanky and can get all this silence off means that there's, you know, Fleur really doesn't have to think that much about her positioning as long as she is behind the Night Stalker. Like, the Bane is generally fine. And that's another Wisdom rune that they've stolen on the side of the Radiant. Good lord.
They're very smart people, these Radiant.
They're just not giving them any chance to get their Wiz runes, and you know, rightfully so. You know, they want to keep that advantage up because yeah, the Terrorblade is still ahead in terms of net worth, and he is still sort of healing a little bit further ahead than he was a moment ago. It's still really important that if they can isolate these other heroes and just make it so that this Terrorblade ends up having to stand alone, then all that net worth isn't really gonna matter. They're just able to just keep sieging, like not really in a position to stop them as of yet.
Yeah, just keep taking these towers and it'll very quickly become a pretty simple game for you, you know. Just make this map a little bit smaller for the Terrorblade, make it so there are far fewer places for him to be able to find some farm, and you're probably going to end up being able to outscale him. I mean, your mileage may vary, so...
Yeah, I think at this point, with Viper, what do you do? I mean, I can see the Viper queuing up the Glide here.
Yeah, this Viper has taken an unfortunate nosedive. No pun intended.
Oh, I get it, because the no... Why do we
I'm
work
glad you
together?
appreciate me.
Oh wait, because you were the one that said yes. That's why you work with me. Oh god. Yeah, I think I get the Gleipnir here.
Yep.
Do I think that I'm not sure if it's enough lockdown. I think that they have the same problem they had in that first game. I think they have a Bane problem. The
Yeah.
Atropos is being the bane of their existence.
Sustains, gold remains.
I think if they can't guarantee getting to them, I think that's a problem. Like, I mean, with
Yeah,
the
it's
Dawn,
a little bit rough here trying to maneuver around with this Bane, you know. So many good nightmares, so many good fiend scripts just coming out. And the Enfeeble, as we've said, does have a massive part to play too.
I wonder if that's a small part as to why I saw the Dawnbreaker going for that Ags. Because if the Dawnbreaker isn't the one caught in the Fiend's grip, they can channel their ult and then move it so that the Bane is caught in the stun potentially. Like moving the AoE of the landing. Scouting ult. Scouting ult. See if they were in Roche. Well, they spotted.
In the Roche pit, we see you doing it.
You might wish to retract.
And so they do see them doing it.
Oh, Jiggly. Never change.
I know they know that it's happening, but I don't really think there's much they can do about it at this stage.
I get the impression that, like, they didn't, but the idea of them doing that just so that Jiggly can use that voice line wouldn't surprise me. Fleur with the classic there.
I have always wanted to be a giant space crab.
I think that I mean, for me, it's still just the goodness. But I love giant space crab.
We do love a giant space crab.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you. That's the one problem with as all these new voice lines have happened. I now have choice paralysis.
Where do I put them all?
Because now, yeah, exactly. I've like none of my primary and my secondaries are now entirely. There's nothing useful on any of them. It's all just the voice lines now. I don't even have like a push option anymore. It's literally just all the memes. But that's Valve knowing its audience, I guess.
Look, I want voice lines. I just want more places to put them. Oh, whilst I'm sitting here talking about voice lines, that's a very, very dead Vengeful Spirit there. PA sees you, PA kills you.
Just ungodly amount of attack speed. That strike there.
Yeah.
Has kicked the concrete bucket.
Still out farming on the Terrorblade at the moment, but
What end?
there's only a yes. There's only a limited number of things you can do here. Building up the MKB now, which interesting choice to pick up the damage rather than the evasion pierce first.
Oh, they've already got the evasion on butterfly on the Terrorblade, so that's
No, as in picking up the javelin when you're building an MKB is usually better because you get at least a partial pierce of
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the javelin by itself doesn't. Oh, it does. No,
It does pierce
30%
evasion.
chance. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
so
30%
it's typically the
Didn't
best
use it.
way to build into the MKB because you essentially buy yourself a mini MKB in the javelin and then finish it to have a greater chance to pierce evasion.
Never used to. Just used to be the 70 magic.
Well, it's done it for quite a while now. It's been an optimum way to build it for a number of patches, but
Kit, do you think I read? Do you honestly think I read?
I don't know. Uh-oh, this Viper's tried to leave the base and been found by a Night Stalker. But they are going to be able to get the turn onto this Night Stalker, but it doesn't matter because this PA has found the backline, killed off both some supports. Going to be able to take down her first life, but she's coming back for a second. Uh-oh, this is a PA that is slightly out of control at this point. They are going to be able to take her down and clear out most of the Radiant as well. This this Terrorblade is doing an insane amount of work in some of these fights, but just going to have to run on the two supports here.
Yeah. So that's already the MKB's already caused, already shown profit. At this point, looks like Terrorblade is gonna get an AC next, and I imagine that's gonna be cycling out the just getting rid of the Midas. I mean, they've probably had enough uses to profit from it now. I'm surprised they wouldn't want to keep hold of the Midas longer. To... oh no,
the Dawnbreaker. Yeah, so the Dawnbreaker is already building an AC. So...
Yep, it looks like they've just had that same conversation, and it's now going dangerous.
I think it makes more sense for it to be carried by the Dawnbreaker. It's a great item for the Terrorblade, but I don't think it's a good use of the slot.
Yeah. Daedalus on this Terrorblade is going to just make him utterly terrifying at that stage. Like, what do you do?
Gonna try and push up into the high ground a little bit with these illusions, but not really gonna do very much, so good time to back it out and just reset a little bit.
At this point, it's still a 6k net worth lead in the side of the Robins here, but as we did just see, the failing to shut down the Terrorblade just meant that their PA just melted. And that's the 35-minute rune as well. Oh no!
I told you, these guys, they're full of knowledge.
Never gone for it. Like that. Is that? They bought a Reaver on the Terrorblade. Is he? Yep, Satanic. Okay, alright. Okay, so at this point, it's going to be... move the Midas in every now and again to get the active, and then otherwise...
Doing his best to kill off the AA there with the Terrorblade, but not quite going to be able to make it happen. Taking him down bit by bit. Not going to be a Tormentor kill here for him, though.
So that is the Ice Blast stun now on the AA. So that thing I was telling you about earlier on in terms of the potential way to stop the Fiend's Grip at a distance, they've got it now.
Which feels like it should have been picked up before the Tormentor gave it to you at almost 40 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I mean, funny thing is that the AA hasn't moved away from... Oh no. But they bought it for a moment. It's like, no, no! They realised that they already got it. That's...
Whew.
Oh.
Have you ever done that before? Got the shard as it's being delivered to you?
Don't want to talk about it.
Saddest moment of my life.
I was just...
Gonna do a little bit of prodding and poking here in this mid lane, but pop the BKB gonna run away on the Night Stalker. So, I want -1 BKB, but not really much used on the side of the Dire there, so... And the Dire are going to try and push this now. I'm going to try and get the Dawnbreaker ult coming through, but being able to move quite a few heroes out of there, and the PA is just jumping on through and cleaning up those back lines. Taking quite a bit of damage, but...
They got the real Terrorblade!
Gonna get the Fiend's Grip on this Terrorblade, see if they can get anything else with the Night Stalker, but not able to. Dawnbreaker is pretty low. Will she get scouted by the Puck? No. So, gonna be able to back it out with just the 2 supports going down and taking out the Night Stalker in return. That was a lot used there and not a lot gained.
Yeah, I mean they took out 2 supports, but they traded away the Night Stalker, and Night Stalker's ult is gone, and the cooldown on Solar Guardian at this point is now 90 odd seconds, and Dark Ascension's 130. You've got to wait until level 25 to get that Dark Ascension cooldown talent, which
yeah,
is a ways away.
just a little bit, even with all those Wisdom runes stolen.
Yeah, that's... Please, Dire, please. It's a minute away from now. Someone please remember it's there. Please.
Go and pick up your smart runes, Dyer.
Your smart boy and girl, and smart fairy dragon. Well, the fairy dragon's on the other team, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting that the that fight was as even as it was. However, the net worth lead is now increasing on the side of the Radiant, because again, this Terrorblade is soaking up a lot of the farm on their side of the map, but they're not really getting much else for it.
And there's not really that many places the Terrorblade can go from here either. There's a couple, but not
Finish
that
off this.
many.
Can finish off that Daedalus in about 3,000 gold's time if they want to keep the.
But what you switch? Oh no, you've already made the switch.
The
I
Chrysalis,
switched
yeah.
out his boots. He no longer has boots on the Terrorblade.
I mean, Butterfly gives you a Agi, so you've got the Agi, you've got the move.
Agi doesn't give move speed anymore.
Does it not?
No.
When did that change? Oh, it's just
Hasn't
armor
given
and attack
move speed
now,
for a
isn't it?
long
Yeah, no.
time.
It's just
Oh,
armor
they
and
did
attack
it!
speed, isn't
They
it?
did it! Way! Dyer picked up their wisdom rune. Way!
Who got it? The Viper? Yeah, Viper.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's. This Viper does need to try and catch up. Oh, good lord. I forgot about that. There is a talent here that could actually become a serious problem.
What,
if
become
Viper
universal?
Yeah. It is an absurd talent.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
If Viper can itemize for it. I think it's a little depressing that Viper is only just now going for their Hurricane Pike. I think they probably needed that before the Gleipnir, honestly.
Possibly.
I think it's Viper. When you're universal, is Viper a blade mail heart hero once you're universal?
When is Viper not a blade mail heart hero? That's what my counter to that is.
I mean, when he's not universal, arguably, but obviously being a tanky boy as a result of it. This that was Aegis 2, wasn't it? Or was that the
Aegis
third?
number 2.
Right, so
I don't think you saw them doing it that time. Gil, I'm gonna be honest with you. There was no AA ult there. I don't think you saw them doing it. Lies and slander.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on.
AA is still only level 12. That is so depressing. This is the look at the hero levels for just a moment. Switch away from the net worth. You can see there is a clear difference. There's a clear difference between the Radiant and the Dire, and the big difference is the fact that they were getting all those runes, because you know the lowest leveled hero on the side of the Radiant is level 19.
Yeah.
Compared to level 13 and 14 on the 2 supports. Level 20 now.
It's not a great position to be in.
We do have that almost everyone on the side of the Radiant has their buybacks, and it's just one support now missing just one support missing the buyback now on the side of Dire. So yeah, they
I'm
are
glad to see they've learnt.
largely in a position to be able to defend.
Oh, this PA is doing so much damage at the moment.
Jiggly stepped like anywhere near the racks and lost half of her health for the audacity to do so.
Look, we've all been there.
Bad, isn't it?
We all know what can happen when these PAs do their things. Might not like it when we're playing lowly little supports, but we know.
Yeah, we've been there. We know this feel. This feel is
We
real.
do still have little glimmers of hope, though. You know, we've seen some fights go in the way of the Dire, so it's not completely horrific. Gonna jump in with this Night Stalker, see if they can catch anyone, but nobody in the trees. AOT coming through, but it's not going to land on anyone. I'm gonna try and jump in, but just gonna back it out a little bit. See if they can defend this tower. The answer is no, but there is still hope for some racks. Little bit of a standoff going on. We'll see who wants to break it first. Looks like the Radiant are just going to back it out. Content with their tower. Not going to force it too much.
Look, it's only 14 minutes away, and then we get tier 5s. Come
Oh
on,
dear lord.
give us what we want. And by us, I mean me.
Not another one.
Apex or a pirate hat on this PA or the Terror Blade. Oh, that would be just disgraceful. I want it to happen. Come on.
It'd be
Love that.
disgraceful. I'm so excited.
Exactly. Date of it, like.
Turn them into mist. PA, that is exactly what you're doing at the moment without the DD. Gonna jump in again on this Night Stalker, see if they can get anything to happen. Puck ult coming through. Gonna leash this Viper up. Will break the coil and gonna get immediately jumped on by this PA. Absolutely melted through. They're also gonna be able to take out the Venge as well. Fiend's Grip coming out onto the Dawnbreaker, but they will be able to pick up the kill on the Bane.
Oh, look at the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade's just saying, right, I'm buying out an Axe. At this point.
Well,
Not
I
done it
mean,
yet, but
I'm gonna try and see if they can get anything to happen here. Taking down the AA yet again. Trying to go for the puck on this Terrorblade, which means he's getting a little bit done, taking out the Bounty Hunter, but the rest of his team is just being taken out by this PA and the Night Stalker. And now he's kind of alone. This isn't a really good position to be in right now, especially not when the PA's got an Aegis. The Aegis has been reclaimed. Be able to get a kill onto the Night Stalker. Gonna be able to back it out with the help of the Force Staff from the AA.
he's bought all of it. He's got the tail. He's now got the Terror Wave. Okay, if they don't see that this is a thing, if they can catch. If the Sphere Wave go through, it's dispellable. However, they now, if they don't end up catching the Terrorblade with the Fiend's Grip, they now have another way to break Fiend's Grip. This Terror Wave, because it will, the fear will basically force them to break it.
I am forced to do a lot of things when I'm afraid, so I can relate.
Yeah, this is, although the Bane does now have the Ags. Yep. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say they're probably gonna give over the... Are they gonna give it to the PA? Are they trying to rush PA getting the 30. I mean, the 25% blur evasion would be nice, I guess. It's really all you're gonna get. Night Stalker could get level. Oh no, it's the Night Stalker. They're gonna get. They should be giving it to the Night Stalker because Night Stalker will get the Dark Ascension cooldown talent.
Oh, very nice. We like a little bit of cooldown talents.
Yeah. Dire won't.
No, but we do.
I mean, he's just not going for it. Like, I suppose he'll get enough from leveling. He'll get enough from this creep wave, I suppose. So it's gotta be the Dark Ascension cooldown. There's no way. There's no way.
I'm watching. I'm waiting. What's he gonna pick? What's he gonna pick? Hey, Dark Ascension cooldown talent.
Correct choices were made here. That's fine. So Roche has. We're about to find out when Roche spawns. We'll find out in about 20 sec. We'll find out in 20 seconds. Who do you want it to? If you get an Ags at this point, who do you give the Ags to? Give the Ags to. Give the Ags to. I don't know. Give it to the. Bounty Hunter. Maybe you could give it to the Puck, I guess, but.
Don't look now, but
I think what's probably more likely to happen is this fight's going to go on for long enough so that I think Mizrain, yep, that is a dead.
That's a very dead AA there. Gonna try and go in on this Stormbreaker, but just gonna get completely controlled here. Trying to take out the Night Stalker, but the Puck's gonna jump on the back line, get the coil down. Oh, Night Stalker jumping through onto this Dawnbreaker. See if he can finish her off this time. Not going to be able to. Going to get taken down instead. And this Puck does get caught, but manages to BKB and make it out. Dawnbreaker ult healing up the team. Going to be able to take down the Bane as well.
Hubris. Big hubris there on the part of the Night Stalker.
Still trying to make something happen mid lane. Lots of daggers flying about. At the moment may have passed though.
I think they might just decide they can't do anything more at this point. Just see whether or not Roche is up. I mean, looks like. Look for a moment like they were going to start moving in that direction, but they've now just taken the farm through the on the other side of the map, just trying to take more away from this Terrorblade. Good lord, this Terrorblade is almost at the point where they can outright buy their Moon Shard, and at that point it's Shard, and then that's it. This Terrorblade has nowhere else they can go.
Yeah, there is not much else that can happen here. This Terrorblade is about to hit maximum velocity, and they're either going to win or they're not.
On the topic of how much further can you go from here, look at what the PA is contemplating this at the moment.
Oh, a rapier.
Hell yeah. Rapier. Now we just need to get to another 6 minutes, and then we've got tier 5, and then I've had all of my wishes. I've had a Rampage this series, I'll have had tier 5 neutrals, and I'll have had a Rapier. Like, you know, let's do this. Let's do this. Hashtag for the content. I mean, that was very spicy there for a moment there. The PA also in the no boots club. Why are they so slow? They don't have boots. That'll do it.
Yeah, the no boots club is growing by the day apparently.
Oh, that's the Moon Shard purchased on Terrorblade. They're queuing up another one. Are they gonna buy a moon shard for Viper?
Darkness.
Buy your friends a moonshard. Buy your whole family a moonshard.
Oprah, the Oprah of moon shards, I guess. Good lord. That's just...
Look, everyone deserves a moonshard. Help out your less fortunate friends.
On the topic of less fortunate, they really hope they need to really be thinking about this this next wisdom room in a moment that's going to be spawning in about 30 seconds. Oh, yeah, they found Roche. This looks like it's going to be the refresher. You've got to give this refresher shard to Night Stalker, right? It has to be.
Probably, yes.
Or you give it to Bane. Yeah, looks like it's is it the Bane that got it?
Yes, it is the Bane that got it.
Whoa. Because if I'm right, oh good lord, you could Fiend's Grip, leave because your illusions are going to be still channeling the Fiend's Grip, and then immediately Fiend's Grip someone else. Oh. And maybe even get the Enfeeble off as well. I think you've got just enough mana. 800, 120, 520. So 520, 200. Yeah, you've got enough mana to get the Enfeeble on someone and Fiend's Grip someone else. Then fresh, Enfeeble someone else again and Fiend's Grip another person. You've got... And then a Nightmare on the 5th for good measure. Why not? Treat yourself.
Well, let's see
life.
if the Bane can make it happen. I'm hoping that we're going to get a pretty decisive fight shortly. And PA just going in and making all my dreams come true. Jumping in, BK being out. I get the Fiend's Grip onto the Terrorblade. Get stopped. Still got the refresher shard. Gonna jump in on this Night Stalker. Try and get the AA ult through, but not gonna land. Another Fiend's Grip coming out onto this Terrorblade. Gonna get pretty low, but oh, the Skadi coming through. PA's down one.
And that's the fear on the... Oh, no.
And that's PA down for a second time. Very nice kill. They have seen this Night Stalker. Can they catch him, though? Uh-oh, Viper's here on his own. Taking quite a lot of damage. But now you are stuck in a corner. You might not be able to put Baby in a corner, but you can put Night Stalker there.
Do you know what I'm thinking right now?
Still be able to run away. Ale trying to come through. Gonna miss again. Just slightly too short on these ults. Cheese coming out. See if they can get the body block, but no, they can't. Gonna be able to kill him anyway.
Football, horse racing, rugby, cricket, or curling. But if I was...
Hey, have you seen the timer recently? 90 seconds, Kit. 90 seconds and we get it. We get our tier 5s. Oh, please tell me that, okay, so at that point, PA had not bought out on Rapier.
Don't look now.
Not bought the Rapier, huh?
I wonder if they're still going
The
to.
sturdy bottom tower was built to withstand, never mind, it's gone.
It's a lot to think about, that's for sure.
Maybe you go safer and you get the Moon Shard, honestly. I honestly think you play safe and get the Moon Shard, because well, it depends really. What do they have in terms of the ways of in terms of buybacks at the moment? Almost everybody has buyback with the exception of Mizrain's used his and doesn't have the gold for it. Otherwise, everyone else has buyback on their team.
Venge doesn't have buyback.
It's going to have it in such little gold that it's not worth really talking about. But yes, I see what you mean. It's yeah, it's
Oh, very nice little pick up there. Do have the moonshot on the Viper now. And
of course.
look what Terrorblade's got queued up. It's another moonshot.
For
Oh, rapier purchased.
took it instead of the desolator. I guess if there was anything you were gonna drop. Do you drop the desolator though at this point? Like you've got creep wave clear and
Well,
you've got it in
you've got
abundance
to.
with the and
You've
there's
got
the
to.
tier 5s.
Yeah, you've got to keep the MKB. You've got to keep the Satanic.
Yeah.
You want to keep the Abyssal. You want to keep the BKB. And the Battle Fury is meaning that you're cleaving through the supports on the back line.
Yeah, I think that the Deso might. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like I can see it either way because you do get raw stats, raw damage stats from the Battle Fury, and you do get a little bit of regen. And then there's also less applicable here, but there is the cleave. Terrorblade has Apex.
PA has a Ex Machina.
Or if you're going to be able to refresh the Satanic, BKB, and the Abyssal.
This sustained
And
Ooh,
Rapier
okay.
Kappa.
remains.
Force Boots on the Venge. Okay, so
Oh, Force Boots is so good. A criminally underrated tier 5 item.
yeah. Do you know what else is criminal though? Look at the state of these pools again. Disgraceful.
Come on, lads.
Come on, sort it out. Like, does everyone now have? I think everyone now has. Should have
Dyer's
neutrals.
scanning all over
Yeah,
his
that is
enemies.
tier 5s on
But this
everyone.
will get
We've got a
lopsided.
couple of Fallen Skies.
Oh,
3
Full
Seer Stones.
Oh, look at Night Stalker. Night Stalker has Giant's Ring. Night
Big
Stalker is
boy Night Stalker.
effectively has the movement of Dark Ascension constantly.
Look, if anything is needed to make that ass any better, it's a Giant's Ring.
Like I want to know how big this hero dice gets once you
Wait for him to
once he activates
BKB.
BKB. Yeah, it's just gonna take up half our screen.
Unfortunately, we don't have a... Oh, there he is. Look at him. Look at that beautiful boy. The animation of his long, long legs just wading through is everything.
Well, I know your browser history.
Look, I had to look at a lot of Night Stalker to make that plush.
I know. I'm just. I honestly, with the buyback status, it's 10k difference. It's 10k net worth lead, but that is meaningless now. Really, everyone is now so largely so farmed. It's going to be little things like the fact that the Radiant were able to starve them out of Wiz runes for so long that I think it's going to be the real kind of difference maker, because at this point there's no one that isn't 25 on the side of the Radiant, and 2 of the supports haven't even cracked level 20 yet. But if they can still bridge that gap, then I think even that becomes less meaningful.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Ice Field Vortex duration talent for the AA. Since the AA's not gone, they're not gone anything to do with like the Ags or anything like that. I think the swap cooldown on Venge is the next sort of big talent for them. It's absurd. It is an absurd ability, honestly. Get that down to like a 15
Oh,
cooldown.
Gil, you stepped a little bit too far forward, but you do have the Ion Disc now, so not gonna be taken out as soon as the PA spots her.
Yeah, I mean that's the Aeon disc down now for like another 100 odd seconds. So it's about to be the third level. It's now on the third level cooldown. Cooldown goes at 165 seconds. That's not okay. That's almost.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
It's almost 3 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Sucks to get caught out for you, I guess. Oh, Night Stalker, just seeing if he can poke anyone. Do a little poking. Just trying to take these buildings out.
They needed to put it a little further back, I'd say.
Yeah, these AA ults have always just been a little bit too short. You just need to go a little bit further with them.
One earlier. I think that's just been it now, isn't it? That's the limit.
This is gonna be a nice, easy Rex for them here. Gonna have to BKB. Look at those giant wings. Jesus.
That is a huge hero. Lord.
Doesn't look like it's gonna... Just
Fallen
blinks
Sky
and Fallen Sky is everywhere.
Building, I love it. That's good lord.
Lot of damage coming out from this PA at the moment. AA ult gonna hit this time, so quite a bit of damage onto this Night Stalker. Won't be enough to put him in any kill threat potential though. Gil just continuously getting daggered, and that's her Aeon disc popped again.
Yeah, this is this is just a really slow, painful siege. I don't actually know what they can do to stop it at this point, because they can just keep falling. Yeah, just Fallen Sky and then blink out, and
yeah,
just chip away at these buildings bit by bit. Not really got an answer for it. I need to try and get a pick. Oh no! Again, just
a little bit too short
rules
here.
Space Invaders
Yeah.
rules. Put the ult where they're going to be, not where they are. Yeah, just gonna go and just smack the buildings. So what you gonna do? At this point, and it's really difficult, I think they need to try and smoke around the side of them and just try and see if they can get a pick on the two supports. If they can get them, get rid of the control, then maybe they stand a chance. But as it stands, they're just definitely passing time. Oh.
Oh, nice AA ult coming through. Terrorblade is Fiend's gripped, but going to be able to get out. PA's going to jump on in, Fan of Knives through. Healing up so much on the Terrorblade, but he has been hexed up now. You get the swap out onto this PA, but going to be able to take this Terrorblade down. He does have buyback, and they've also been able to kill off the PA in return. Trying to get through to the Night Stalker now, and also looks like we're going to melt through the Bane as well. See if we can get any more pickoffs here, but could just be time to push down mid and see what happens when these buybacks come out. Dawnbreaker has picked up that rapier now, so those are some
I hadn't even thought about the rapier. Good lord. That was a really good decision. I don't know. On the one hand, Jiggly could potentially have swapped out the Terrorblades, and the Terrorblade might not have had to walk back. But by doing the way that they've done it, they have now guaranteed that the rapier is out of the PA's hands.
Yes.
It's in the hands of the Dawnbreaker, who is going to have.
Oh, gonna try and jump in on this Night Stalker here. Terrorblade's also getting caught out a little bit, trying to get healed up by the ult, but it's not quite enough. Got the fear off, so I'm gonna be able to kill off the PA as well. That is a diebacked PA.
Game.
And the rapier is
That's
now
game.
on this Terrorblade. I don't really think
That's
you
it.
stop a rapier
Everyone's
Terrorblade
slow.
with meta as well. Although they do have backdoor, so
No, backdoor's over now.
a little
The
bit,
creeps now
and it's gone. So those
Yeah, oh
are
my
some
lord.
melted
Oh
towers.
my lord.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
And that. Oh, gonna take a short break just to sunder the support there. Important part of any
cannot
game, you know,
believe
finish
that.
on full HP, and GG, GG Dragons.
Oh wow. Oh. Good lord. That was wow.
That was something. Oh, due to high load, the match won't be counted. Oh, we've got to do it again, Loot.
Yep, I'll just message them now and say, "Oh, by the way, that match doesn't count. This is now actually a best of 5. Let's keep this going forever." Oh my god, that was incredible. Oh,
Started to slow down for a little bit in the middle there, but picked right back up at the end.
that's yeah. That was I got basically basically everything I wanted. I got a rampage in game 2. We got tier 5s. We got rapiers picked up and dropped. Not exactly left on the floor for like a good minute or so. Like, so that anxiety wasn't quite there. But wow, that was what a series, Kit. What a series that was.
Yes, and congratulations to our winners, the Dragons. They are earning themselves as the team £60, and our runners-up, the Robins, are taking away £45. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Still got a little bit of money to play some Dota, you know. That's
Little bit of money. And most importantly, the Dragons have the absolute joy of calling themselves Welsh Esports League Round 3 champions. So
What a
congratulations.
blow up.
You are the final victors of 2023. Oh, that feels good.
Considering
Well, I
the
imagine it must feel good. I don't know.
considering the seasons they had in seasons 1 and 2,
It's
and
been rough.
they've come away winning a series that I wasn't sure they were going to, and the fact that they have actually been able to pull away with it, I'm so pleased for them, honestly. They should be really proud of themselves, honestly. That was really good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Some pretty good Dota, and really, really fun to watch. So congratulations to the Dragons. Commiserations to the Robins, but you'll get them next year. I'm sure you will.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
GG go next. Next WEL, that is.
I can't wait to see what we're gonna see next. I mean, we'll be on a new patch by that point. Like, there'll be a new TI champion. We'll get to see what absolutely bonkers things that the meta ends up giving us next. Who knows? Maybe we'll start seeing Pulse 5 sniper.
Yeah, you never know. Crouching support, hidden carry, my favorite sniper.
But yeah, that
Well,
was good
that was
lord.
something. That was incredible. Thank you very much for joining us for not just today's match, but for the entire season. It's been a lot of fun to see these teams develop over the last however many months it's been. I know we had this debate at the start, but I've forgotten already. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we see next. And if you want to keep in touch with the Dota progress that happens in Esports Wales, you can always join our Discord and keep an eye out for our future events. Could be you walking away with £60 next time, or your team at least.
You can also walk away with
What?
You can also walk away with a little bobblehead of Night Stalker.
Yeah, if you'd like to commemorate this game, there might be small Night Stalkers available. You never know. All you have to do is look.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that we got a really competitive series. We got a really competitive series. That's something I've been looking forward to for a while, and we got everything I wanted and more.
Fab. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We will see you next time and have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
All the best, everybody.